Guys, I have a confession.
Her name is Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hello, or should I say hello, governor. Come across the pond I did. Got me some fish and chips. Got my britches in a bunch and came right on back to eat some mushy peas on Just Trish. I'm your presenter today, Trisha Paytas.
It's kind of Australian, but
Oh, really?
a little.
Good. I never did an Australian. Yeah, I don't know what that turned into, but I'm back from overseas.
After filming the new season of Bridgerton, everybody.
And season 4 lover, yeah. People did speculate that. Love that. Love the manifestation. Love the Delulu. What if I am in it and I can't say it? I can't say what I worked on. That would be crazy.
It'd be so fierce.
I would keep it a secret. I'm pretty good at keeping secrets these days. Maybe I did. Who knows? I'll tell you what, I lost a bunch of weight because they do not have, I guess they're probably healthy over there because they don't have like preservatives or something.
Oh, okay.
Like they can't use certain ingredients at McDonald's. They have to use like real meat. It's like, ew.
Not
So
the
those
pink
nuggets,
squishy.
yeah, I want that pink gunk. Give me that all day long. We're back. Hi, Just Trish. Okay, you guys, today we have a new sponsor, Built Rewards. I can't wait for this ad read because it's a new one and it's a doozy and I love it. So fast forward 20 minutes to see our Built Rewards sponsor. We love them. The Eras of Trish tour has been officially announced. Taylor Swift has not sued me yet.
That is actually surprising. No cease and desist.
Does she do that? Because everyone was saying that. They're like, she's going to sue her. And I was like, is that a thing she does?
Her team is pretty fierce, I will say, for
Really?
sure. Yeah. But maybe if we just keep it on the low, she won't.
Well, that's why I made it public. I was like, I wanted to know Taylor and your team. It's an homage to the greatest tour that ever was. We started this podcast when your tour started, and I didn't know much about Taylor Swift when we started this, but I became a Swiftie, and I became obsessed, and I became engaged with it, and I was like, let me pay homage to the great Taylor Swift, who, in my opinion, #1 touring artist in the world, so why not try to be like her?
Yeah, literally. And
You know?
I have put in the blood, sweat, and tears for Taylor literally since the first era. So I think by proxy, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even the first episode, our second episode was dedicated to Taylor Swift. Like
Yeah,
you've
true.
been just hardcore. I remember we started this new job, and Oscar's like, I can't do the second episode because I have to go to the Eras tour, and I was like, period. Didn't know what it meant at the time, and now I'm obsessed.
Also, your eras predate. When did Taylor Swift start
2006.
her first era?
That's 10 years
Man,
before
that's
me.
pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Yes, 2006.
Me and her. First of all, I graduated high school in 2006. I was not doing music, although I wish I
No, I'm
was.
talking about YouTube. Your era is your tour. This is very different. That's
Yeah.
why. Okay, Taylor, it's different.
Let's just bow down to Taylor. Be like, Taylor, you are queen. I cannot compare. And it's also the Eras of Trish, may I point out?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like our
Yeah.
because I like just like our Love Line. It's not Love Line, you know. It's a parody. It's a parody. Okay,
It is
everybody.
kind of like the drag version. There are like drag artists that recreate the Eras tour, like of Taylor's version of the Eras tour. So I feel like it's in the same vein.
Yeah,
It's kind
I
of
should have
drag.
done Eras tour, Trisha's version. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to go. I didn't do the bangs or the Taylor makeup. A bodysuit was similar, but our bodies are very different. No one's confusing the two. No one is like, this might be Taylor's Eras tour coming back, you know?
But yours looks good.
Thanks.
You rock a bodysuit, I must say.
Yeah, you did say that. That made me feel confident that day. I was like, thank you so much. I'm going to wear that one on tour. I think it was very tight, but I'm going to.
It's been a long time coming, but
I turned around.
I left that comment on your like reveal post, and I'm like, I don't know if Trisha's gonna know what this means.
No
but
idea what that meant. I thought you just meant like this has been a long time coming, like it has.
that's how the Eras tour opens. It goes,
Oh.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Remember what
That's
you,
it?
you watched it? Remember in the beginning where like
Oh.
things start waving around, and then
I should do that. That should be my intro.
she like combines lyrics from all her different eras
wow.
into one. So you could do that. It's like you crying and then
Yeah, the montage.
I love you, cheese. A freak,
Oh.
freak, the freak to get freaky.
Oh, she teases it all.
Yes. Yes.
Gotta watch it again. I gotta make
take some
notes how to
notes.
format mine. I stole Sabrina Carpenter's short and sweet one for this last Trishmas. I'll find out what the era is. What did she do? Little vignettes in between? I gotta see what. Okay.
Yeah, little transitions like go in between.
I will not find that, but no, I will. I should do a Taylor cover. I was thinking about doing a secret song in each city that has to pertain to the cities. So I'm like, maybe that might happen. It might be just a cappella. I don't know if I have time to get the whole thing around, but I'm excited. I'm glad the Swifties that got it. There were a couple Swifties that's like, this is not it. I hope Taylor's do. But some of the Swifties were like, no, she's paying homage. So.
Yeah, and as like the Swiftie veteran, I feel like that gives you like a good shield. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I was putting in the work for Taylor before a lot of these girlies were alive.
2006, were you there?
Literally 2006.
And
yes,
what were you
Tim
doing?
McGraw. I bought the album on iTunes.
Oh, period.
Yeah, that before streaming even.
Oh,
It was because
so you didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice. I had to buy it.
You do buy all her albums. You go to Target.
Multiple albums. Like even back in the day. Like I remember when Fearless, her second album came out, I was officially a stan. And my mom took me to Walmart before school even started on Veterans Day, might I add, because I think it was 11/11 or something.
Oh.
But
You have a good memory.
I do. I literally remember it so vividly because then I remember going into my first class and be like, "Sorry, I'm late, everyone. I had to go get Taylor's album." And then
Did you
someone
say
called
that?
me an F slur. So shout out Travis, not Kelsey, but
Did the teacher say anything? That's crazy.
honestly, I don't know. But she was an ally, Mrs.
Okay.
Williamson. She was pretty fierce. Yeah, that was my girly.
Did
so
he get kicked out, or did he just like sit down?
I don't think he got anything. You know, the jocks back in the day, they kind of got away with a lot of reckless behavior, but
They were jealous. They were so
look at me now.
mad.
My
Yeah.
pinned Instagram is me and Taylor Swift, Travis. So suck on that.
Twice. Did you meet her twice? Yeah. That
Thrice,
is so,
actually, but-
I would love to have her on the podcast. I love her, but I'm trying not to be too much of a Swiftie because I want to be like friends. You know what I mean? I can't be
Yeah,
like
that's
too
fair.
fanny because I think anyone I'm like a super fan of, I maybe get a little nervous. I think I could give her some real friendship. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a fan. I respect
A casual,
you know?
yeah.
A casual
A colleague, you know. You
Colleague,
guys,
there you
yeah,
go.
you guys share
We are.
share a stage.
We're 1 year off. My next album we called 1988. We're very close. But anyways, the Eras of Trish tour. You can go on Ticketmaster. Some shows are not on Ticketmaster. By the way, we sold out 23 cities already. I have all the
Wow.
cities that are sold out here. Right here, they're all sold out. Like literally all of them, except the ones that aren't. And I think I know why, because Cleveland is like my hometown. That's where all my family's from. And I was like, how come Cleveland's not selling? But it wasn't on Ticketmaster. They said, I guess the venue is not a Ticketmaster venue. So you might have to go to like Vivid Seats or something. I don't know. My thing has the Outback thing if you want to go to all the ticket links. But we sell tickets in Detroit, Cleveland, Houston, Portland, and Pittsburgh. And Detroit is like a huge venue, so that makes sense why we would not sell out. All these other ones, I'm very excited. Toronto sold out in minutes. There was like 6,000 people in line. Honestly, I should play at an arena next time. That's what I told them. I'm like, give me an arena. And I always said this about Toronto. It's not even anything. Even in my flop era, I had like 800 people in Toronto show up. Like, Toronto loves me, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is up there. I don't know, but I love
Trish
it.
Toronto.
Yeah. What?
Maybe you'll get a key to the city or something.
That'd be everything. I would love a key to any of these cities. Maybe not. Which one don't I know? I don't know some of these cities. Do you know where?
I suck at geography, to preface before you ask.
Someone told me I had like 2 North Carolina shows, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that means. Where? I don't even know which one. It doesn't say this. It doesn't say the states on here, so I'm confused. I have no idea what's in North Carolina. I would guess because I don't know what Tyson's or Charlotte is.
Charlotte's North Carolina for sure.
Atlanta.
Which one?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh, okay. So that's not it. God, I don't know. Raleigh must be one of the North.
Yes, that's
Oh,
North
that's
Carolina.
North.
North Carolina,
Oh, they're both. Okay, I don't know.
I think, or South Carolina.
I'm going to be discovering all these cities. Kansas City. Maybe we'll see Travis Kelce there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, go see the Chiefs game. I don't know. I don't really know a lot of these cities, but I'm excited to go. Actually, I really like it because when I never been to a city, I think it's cool. Salt Lake City's wild. That's like, I'm going to get a swig up there.
I was going to say, you can finally get it.
Yeah, I'm going to get the swig, the Whataburger in Texas. I'm going to get the
Your
Amici
TikTok's
pizza.
going to be fierce on the road.
Thank
the food you're going to
God.
get.
Yeah, thank God TikTok's back. I thought about that. I was like, is this tour going to be worth it if I don't have TikTok? Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, people go and like you film the show and then you post it.
People are TikTok living, you know.
Oh, love that. That's
Yeah,
so
it
smart.
really is Eras tour
Is
vibes.
live back? I thought the live tab was.
Oh, I don't know.
Moses, there was
can-
no live tab this
It's
morning.
on the top. You can go live. It just comes up on the For You page.
Oh, but you can't go to like a live and just scroll through. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for buying all the tickets. Truly, in all sincerity, I actually am like super shocked for real at like selling out so many shows, because like it makes sense to do like one or two and you sell out, but like all these cities, and also like I haven't heard of half of these, so I'm glad there's people there. And thank you for coming. It's cool. I love you guys. That's so cool. I'm super excited. We're going on tour, and then my Broadway show is February 3rd, and we announced the special guests this Wednesday. So look on all my socials.
It's fierce. It's really fierce.
Fierce. This lineup is like beyond A-list, not only in the theater world, but like a mainstream world. Like I kind of can't like think about it, because I think I would psych myself out. I was kind of making myself a little like sick over like the weekend thinking about it, because I was like, what? Because I love singing, I love performing, but these are like the most most top talented like humans in the whole world, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm singing with them. Like this is, oh God, I don't know, but I'm just gonna.
And it's for charity.
It's for charity.
There you go.
Ticket sales, online streams, merch, all of it. It's going to the Entertainment Community Fund, which is helping people out here in the LA wildfires, which was really cool, because we were like talking to them about it. And Netflix did just a huge donation to Entertainment Community Fund, and it just helps people in crisis and times of need and stuff like this. So it was cool that they donated a bunch of money. So it's good. And yeah, that is the best part, which is why we have all these talents coming out to raise the money. Well, I guess it's like sold out, but you can still get online streaming tickets, Trisha, on Broadway, because it is going to be actually insane. And I'm trying not to think about it because I would get overwhelmed. But also, I came back from London, and shout out Anna. She was the makeup artist, one of the lead makeup artists on the project I was doing. And she loves your vlogs, and she gave one of these for
Me?
you. Yeah, she said she just watched her vlog. Oh, wow, I'm glad I threw it, okay? She got Percy pigs for us.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, she's like, this is for you and Oscar. She
Oh
had
my
just watched your
God.
vlog. She literally was like, oh yeah, I got you a little cookie biscuits. I got you a Harrods mug over there for your tea. She's a huge, like, she really, I love when people actually like show their fandom, because a lot of times people are like, I'm a huge fan, whatever, but she like knew everything about you,
That's
everything
so
about me.
sweet.
She got this sweatshirt for me because she's like, oh, it's like Brooke's sweatshirt that you wanted, you
The
know what I
San
mean?
Diego one,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yes. And so she's like, and then you can wear it on the podcast because it's like pink or whatever. Or she even said, I just said I'm gonna wear it on the podcast because it's pink, but she probably like knew that. And she was like the head makeup artist on this project. Like she like works with like, she just did Timothée Chalamet's makeup when he was over there. Yeah, she's like this big. She does Rosalie, like she does like the biggest people. And like I was just kind of like shook. I was like, she goes, no, I'm like it was like so cool. And she was like such a cool girl. And yeah, I like loved her. So she got us these Percy pigs and this, and it was just so much fun. So thank you everyone in London. I would love to go back. We may have to move the podcast there because I really do enjoy London. I'd be so skinny. I would be so skinny, not
Really?
eating. But the people are so nice. And I was like, honestly, who needs to eat when people are so sweet? I couldn't eat anything, but it's fine. Have you been?
No, never.
Really? I'm shocked.
I would love to go though.
You know what? Tana was just telling me she went to London for the Eras tour randomly.
Yeah, I remember her and Paige went.
Oh, that's so odd. Like, why did they fly all the way over there for that?
I think it was cheaper to get tickets overseas, like in Europe, than it was, including the flight and everything, which is crazy. It was cheaper to get tickets to the Eras tour overseas than it was to get tickets in America. It's because I think in Europe they have stricter laws about like reselling tickets.
I see.
Whereas like here, it's kind of wild. Like a $500 ticket is like $20,000 resale. Yeah.
That's actually,
Yeah.
that seems illegal for sure. You didn't go over. You didn't go over to London for the Eras tour?
No, I don't even have a passport. I should probably get that fixed.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to get one because we're moving over there. I want to do like long term. I'm like maybe like the Bridgerton season 5 or something. I can move over there. I would love to go over there long term. I'm just very nice. People are nice. It's always like cloudy and gloomy, but I kind of like it.
That is kind of the vibe.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like not hot, and you don't feel like you have to be outside because it's not a nice day. Here you feel pressure to
There
go
is
outside.
the pressure, yes.
Yeah.
Springtime, like everyone's like, what a beautiful day. I'm like, well, I don't want to.
No,
you know?
same.
Yeah.
I was like, we should go outside. I'm like, no. And in London, everyone's staying inside, and I love that so much. It's wonderful there, and I love everyone there, and I can't wait to show you guys what I did. I did a lot of stunt work.
Stunt work.
I did some stunt work.
Oh, mama, she does
Yeah.
her own stunts, y'all.
I was.
It's like Tom Cruise over here.
I did. I got the behind the scenes footage. I did some stunt work I wasn't aware of. There was like pyrotechnics, and I was.
Did you have to run?
No,
Oh,
I
thank
was
God.
sitting, but I had to climb. Yeah, it was.
She had to fly.
The running would have been wild. Can you actually run for us? I was like, no. And I already posted, but Alex Consani was there.
That is crazy.
That was so weird. We just talked about her on the podcast. I was like, that's her name on the call. I was like, that is, but she is booked and busy. She was going to Turks and then she was going to Fashion Week. She's like everywhere. So she just happened to be on this job. It was like such a weird coincidence, but she was just as cool in real life. Very young, 21. Wild.
So young.
So young.
In the top model of 2024, which is crazy.
Oh my
Probably
God.
2025 too, really.
She is top model. She is. And she's so funny and so nice. You know when you meet someone pretty and then they're just like also so nice and so funny.
It's sick. You got to pick one. You know what I mean?
Know.
Like,
and she's
it's
cracking
not
up
fair.
everybody and the whole crew's laughing. And I'm like, damn. And I always thought I had a pretty big personality, but I really do become a wallflower when I'm around other people because like there are just so many amazing personalities out there. And I'm just like, let me just be in the corner. But she was so nice and we were so sweet and we had a key and it was fun. And I was only there a little bit. I didn't really get to see much, but I do hope to go back. But I am jet lagged. I did watch Blink twice on the airplane.
Oh, that's the Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, have we not talked about? I thought you liked it. No,
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
we
what?
did talk about it a little bit because the original name for the movie was Island. Yes.
I've been talking about this. I thought we talked about this and you're like, oh, I love it. No?
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay. I thought you were like, this is a great movie. It was actually good. It was better than I thought.
You know what movie I saw over the weekend was One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA.
Oh.
And it is so good. So not sponsored, but everyone go see this movie because it is like the first female, like black female buddy comedy in like 20 years or something.
Really?
And the crew, like behind the scenes, predominantly black. Issa Rae produced it. And
Who's
I love
Issa Rae?
She does Insecure. She was in Barbie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And it is just so funny. And SZA's
Female-led.
first movie, yeah, Keke
Female
and SZA are the
co-directed.
two leads. And it is like literally from beginning to end the funniest movie. It's my new Letterboxd like top 4. You know?
Really?
Yeah. I think No Hard Feelings is out. One of Them Days is in, I fear.
I've seen them promoting it. I haven't seen like a trailer or anything yet.
It hasn't been like getting that much press weirdly, but it is #1 for the weekend at least.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
great then. So it's like crushing it.
Yeah, it made
One of
I
Them
think
Days.
11 or 12 million. But it's like a small budget like comedy, and it is so good. It's so good to have like a female comedy again. I loved it. I need to see it again.
What would you like compare to when you say like buddy comedy? Like what does that mean? Like
think like the two guys, the two guy comedies? Oh, like 21 Jump Street with like Channing Tatum and Jonah
are they
Hill.
cops?
No, they're two
buddy.
roommates.
I think buddy cop when I think about like buddy cop film. Okay, so
like
just
two
buddy.
best friends.
Got
yeah,
it.
it's like that kind of, and they get
love
into like
it.
mishaps.
And SZA was good.
SZA, so good. Her
'Cause
first
Kiki's
movie,
amazing, but-
yeah. It's insane that it's her first movie because she actually has such great like comedic timing. Also does some of her own stunt work in that
Really?
too. Yeah, you and SZA have a lot in common.
Let's get her on the pod.
And it is so good. So I need everyone to see it. If I can influence anyone to do anything,
love
see One of
that.
Them Days. I loved it.
Go see One of Them Days and blink twice on
Yes,
the Virgin
yes.
Atlantic plane. And the Milli Vanilli movie I watched. Go watch that one too. That was good. I knew nothing about it. I loved it. I mean, that's great. You sold me on it. I do want to see a movie. I want to see Last Showgirl too. I haven't seen that yet, so I need to go see that.
Oh, was that out already?
Yeah, but it
Oh,
might
I wanna
actually be out because it was such a limited release. So it might
Oh
be like
yeah,
in and
I want to
out.
see that one too with Pam Anderson.
That one looks good. Substance. I need to see. I know you said you saw it.
I haven't seen Substance
Oh,
either.
what?
No,
Why do I think you saw all these?
because we talked about it as if we've seen it.
Okay.
But
you like saw it. You're like, it's good.
it's just it's the body horror of it all.
That's
But
right.
I'm not like a body horror kind of girl, but I stand beside everyone who loves it. I believe everyone who thinks it's a great movie. Love the memes that have come out of it.
Same. I want to see it just for the memes.
Yeah,
honestly.
same. I want to like be a part of the conversation, but
Yeah.
everyone I talk to who's seen it, because I'm like, what's the vibe? Like, will I get grossed out by it? And everyone was like, you probably will. So I'm like, okay.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Built Rewards. PSA for anyone who rents. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent is now a reality when you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use toward flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. Let me break it down for you. There's no cost to join Built. And as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points toward. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent that you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/Trish. That's JOINBUILT.com/Trish BILT.com/Trish. Make sure to use our URL so they know that we sent you. Join built.com/Trish to start earning points on your rent payments today.
But
But I'll still see it.
yeah.
I know, because I keep referencing it too, and I've never seen it. So like when I see like really pretty girls like Tana or like Alex and Tanya, I'm like, you're like my substance. But I don't know what that means.
What the context is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully that's okay to say. I don't know. But I'm like, you're like what I would go for as a week. I wish I could be you for the week. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, hopefully that's yeah. I would like to see that one, because they say I saw somewhere like Pop Craze, someone's like Demi Moore is predicted to win the Oscar, and I was like, that's wild considering the nominees this year.
Yeah, Variety switched their prediction for Best Actress to Demi Moore.
From who?
I forgot who it was before. I think it was someone from Conclave or The Brutalist. I forget. But then they switched it to Demi Moore, who wasn't even predicted to get a nomination at first. So that's crazy.
I need to watch it, because now that makes me want to watch it. I was like, okay, damn, she must be like, really
it's a
good.
big deal because horror movies never really get into like award season. So the fact that a horror movie, especially body horror, is in the running is
Who directed
nuts. I forget who directed
like
it.
Eli Roth or something.
I think it was a
Female?
I want to
Love.
say
Love female directors. I've been
But
working with
maybe
female
not.
directors. This thing I worked on over the weekend was
Yes.
female director, and
it was a Coralie Fagaret.
love.
Yeah.
I think I would only work with female directors.
Oh,
actually,
she's
when I think about
French.
it. Sounds
A lot
like
of
it. The
French
name.
directors. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because who was the other one? Oh, the
Amelia
one Emilia
Perez,
Perez.
yeah.
Right. Interesting. That's interesting. I love it. I love female directors. I think that's why I like Being Twice, because Zoe Kravitz. I worked with a female director over the weekend. I think like only female directors get the vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And not enough of them.
Not enough of them. Yeah.
I had another a really random tangent too that I thought was funny. Kind of the makeup artist who said she watched my vlog. Because I got a lot of comments from people, especially Trish Crave actually, that said my boyfriend reveal in the vlog kind of looked like an apology video, and I thought that was shockingly accurate. It really did. It was giving apology video.
How else are we supposed to say it?
Well, especially like I wanted the Christmas tree to be in the background. And really, I don't have like any seats or anything in front of it, so I'm like, I guess I have to sit on the floor.
Oh, the floor is always a little awkward.
yeah,
I love a floor,
I was gonna
but
say
it does feel sad. Like we're at a chicken fry in the bathroom. Like I'm like, can we
Yes.
like get on a chair, a bathtub, something?
I didn't even think of it until like after. Actually, when I was doing the thumbnail, because I was gonna put me and Darian as the thumbnail to like my vlog. So, the boyfriend reveal, and then it literally was looking like the Joey Graceffa Daniel Prado re-broke up video, because like my arm was around him. And I was like, this is looking a little odd. And then I saw the comments that were like, it's giving apology video. And I was like, you guys are so
They
correct.
clocked it.
Yeah, they clocked it. I'm like, you made a point.
So what did you change it to?
Me and you.
Oh, love.
Yeah.
What was it? Was the title like having a meeting or something?
Oh, yeah. Production meeting.
That was a wild title for you, because you're so good at titles. I'm like, this sounds like a me title.
It's kind of camp.
Okay.
I was actually trying to channel you. Like, I have titles in my head
felt
for
that
upcoming
way.
vlogs. Like, when people said that your titles of your vlogs look like Lana Del Rey album titles, that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to go for.
Don't go for that, because
No, I
mine get
love
less views
it.
than you. So I was like, let's not go for the Trisha
I
titles.
think it's so camp.
It was funny. It was random, because you're so good at like thumbnails and like titles. I was like, that's random, but okay. I love it.
I love the campiness of your. I like. Listen, if Lon Sundal for MJ is gonna be inactive, I feel like it's my duty to kind of bring
Carry
that
it on.
vibe. Yeah.
I was gonna bring it back because of the TikTok ban. I'm like, up back to the mukbangs I go, you know. But I love TikTok, and I was like not ready for it. But yeah, Daniel Prado. Speaking of, did you see everyone was like revealing their deep dark secrets on TikTok?
As like their goodbye.
First of all, why do they do that? Everyone's just like, I'm a liar, basically. I'm like, I trust nobody. But Danielle and Joey was like, we never broke up. Any truth to that? Joey's coming on the podcast. You think it's true?
No, but
Sources have confirmed it's not. So they did that just to troll.
I think so. But honestly, they stayed into it. Like they've been doing that since 2020. I'm
Love
like,
it. They're like, let's ride this out forever. Everyone was just like literally being like, I never ate the food in the mukbangs. I never worked out. I was like, this is crazy.
Literally, like, I'm like, why are y'all outing yourselves like this? Because even as it was going down, I still believed it was going to come back.
Yeah.
And but I also didn't think it was going to get banned in the first place. So I was almost gaslighting myself. I was like, well, I was wrong already.
Yeah.
But as everyone was like crying and saying goodbye, I was like, there's just no way. Like, right?
But then when it did happen, it felt so real. I actually was so scared, because I was just like, obviously I don't make a lot of money on TikTok, but I was like, wait, that's where I get like my hot topics. Like how,
I know.
Who do we watch? Should we go back to Rich Lux, you know? Like who are we watching for news? It's like crazy.
Yeah. And even for me too, because like we had to like my manager was like, okay, download your favorite TikToks that like you want to keep in your resume or whatever, because in case you don't have access to them anymore. And I was like, oh damn, this is starting to feel very
So
real.
real.
She wanted me to do a goodbye. She was like, maybe you should film a little goodbye and like put yourself at your desk. And I was like,
Oh, that's cute.
I'm like, I don't know about that, but
You didn't do it?
No.
That's camp though. Everyone was saying goodbye. Like it was like Titanic just going down. Like we're all going down. People were crying and so. I mean, I felt it. I just like couldn't produce the tears. But I
Yeah.
definitely felt sad about it. And there are so many people who do just do TikTok. Like that would be awful. I was more sad for like one, the relevancy. Obviously, it's kept me relevant. Thank you, everybody. But two, it was like also just like finding news and like finding out about things. I was like, I don't know. And also, I had nothing to do with my time. I remember I got back on Saturday and then Sunday morning we filmed Not Loveline yesterday. But then we had time in bed and I was like, you can just like lay in bed for like an hour before you have to get ready. And I was like, okay. And then I like laid and there was no TikTok and I was like, what do I do? Like I'm just like I guess I'll just get up and I don't know, hang out with the family. Usually I just like scroll TikTok for a little bit. Probably for the better at points to get off TikTok for a little while. But I was so happy. It came back and I mean, what was it, like 8 hours? And I was just like, so, like, I guess total was like 14 hours, but it was like 8 hours for us because we get up early. And then it was like during glam, everyone's like, TikTok's back. I was like, oh my God. It felt like I like wanted to cry. It felt like the best. It is crazy how it was only gone for 14 hours. And everyone was like,
I thought it was going to be maybe 2 days max.
Right.
Yeah, I thought at least
Monday.
a 24.
I thought
Yeah.
like today it will come back.
Yes. So the quickness was wild. That was really insane.
why did they do that?
I don't know. I literally thought like they would at least wait until the inauguration happened, but no, they were quick with it. Maybe the outcry was just so intense that they were like, damn, the point was proven, you know?
Maybe they were scared. They're all like, damn, these people are going to riot. People were calling 911.
Yes,
Yeah.
people were literally calling 911, which is nuts. Someone started a fire, like a 19-year-old literally got upset and lit a house on fire because TikTok
That's so
was down.
scary.
It's intense.
What's
It's
your
fierce.
secret reveal? You're like, well, since TikTok's going down, what would have been your secret reveal?
That's a good question. I feel like I kind of put everything out there as my problem. Very.
I feel like no, you probably have so many secrets you can
I
reveal.
really don't have that many secrets, really.
My secret is like, your secret. Let me think. I didn't know either. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
Especially here, we just talked for so long that I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've said everything, really.
I had a good secret actually that I was going to reveal, and I was like, TikTok will probably come back in like a day. So I was like, let me know. But I did have a very big secret, but I can't reveal it. Maybe like, no, yeah, I have none. I wanted to do it. I'm trying to think even like as a troll, like, okay.
Remember we said we wanted to start the lie that you were a background actor on the Titanic? I still love
Guys,
that.
coming clean, I lied about being on Titanic. Is that what it is?
No, I actually was in Titanic.
Oh,
Yeah.
a double lie.
Yes.
It's like doubling down on it. Guys, I have a confession. I was the one who paid off Casey Neistat to not release that documentary. Oh man, I don't know. That's a tough one. It was nice to be David Dobrik free for. I thought he was gonna start making vlogs every week, and I was like having anxiety. So I'm like, thank God he's just not back.
Yeah, I think he said in the podcast, I heard a clip where it was like, he confirmed that his video was not a comeback video. He just wanted to post something.
Thank
so
God. Yeah, it's like maybe in Christmas time.
Obviously, sponsored post.
The-
That's
yeah.
the reason you'll do it.
What is it called again? Zila Fitness. Yeah.
Everyone's getting on that Zila Fitness.
I
Not
do
me.
wonder, like,
I do. I want to be on it.
I wonder how that helped. Like, did a lot of people sign up for it
I'm
after that? I wonder what the
sure.
like
That's
uptick
true.
was.
Like,
Definitely,
what
like,
is-
if you think of young boys that want to be ripped, you know.
I
Yeah.
saw a lot of girls on TikTok too, like bigger girls being like, I need to sign up for Zila. Yeah, I mean, I guess it sounds like a good idea. I guess I would do it if they paid me $1 million.
There was a bodybuilder influencer that came out and did like a reaction and said that David Dobrik likely used PEDs for his transformation.
I saw that.
So that was, I mean, obviously it's just his opinion, but his let me read his rationale. It kind of makes sense, I guess. He says, when I compare everything, the puffiness of the face, the fact that I do see gynecomastia, the fact that he's single-digit body fat, the fact he was able to lose all that fat and build muscle at the same time, I do believe that it's more likely than not that he is in fact on performance-enhancing drugs. And he speculates maybe like testosterone or HRT to help that happen, in his opinion.
I think that's probably what most people think. I mean, when you have like that low of body percent fat and stuff, I mean, that's kind of obvious, right? Like, especially in a pretty quick time frame. What was it, 4 months? Because it was like the year total, but like for the last 4 months is when he did the transformation. So like that makes sense to get like ripped like that and so lean. And
sometimes the issue to begin with is low testosterone.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I don't know, kind of a Joe Rogan, like they take testosterone.
I mean, a guy saw one too. He's like, yeah, he's probably on it. He's like, I probably don't care. But like, they should probably disclose it, I guess. If it's like you're trying to sell a fitness dream to someone who's not going to do that.
Yeah, you're right
you know?
about that. Same thing with like the people who do like the GLPs, you know, like
Yeah.
If you have something helping you, I think it's
Yeah.
fine. Just admit it.
Because you do have to like work. Obviously, you have to like eat less and like work out if you like want to keep it. So it's like to say you're aided in something is not like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I think I would respect it more if he did. You
Me
know?
too. Yeah. But I guess that wouldn't sell the dream of just anyone can do this, you know?
I think if I was like a fan and he said that, I'd be like, okay, well, I will do that and that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
like
he's not getting paid by the
true.
testosterone.
Clocked it.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. Yeah.
So he's like, just Zila.
Unless Zila testosterone comes out, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, interesting. I guess that does make sense because it is insane how much lean muscle and like definition he has. It still is odd to me. Like I'm literally looking at the photo right now and like the pecs, like the fibers between the pecs is odd. And
It's just so different.
It's
like
so
his
different,
before and
yeah.
after. It's like it's really just like you change the whole shape of your body and muscles, like your actual muscle. Like it looks like pec implants or something. You know what I mean? Not even the bigness of them, but like you said, the shape or the fibers, as you know, whatever it is. But it is very, yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, but also odd though that he got so ripped and then like his podcast is audio only. It's like, wouldn't you want to like
Show it off.
do a shirtless
He
podcast?
probably, you know what I would be like? I'd like lose the weight, do all that, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna eat some pasta or something. You know what I mean? He probably wants to eat some food and just get back to, because probably to keep that, you probably have to eat like chicken and vegetables and that's it, right?
Yeah, it is like a long-term commitment to, especially he's so lean. So
Yeah, because if you eat like some carbs, like it does puff you out, right? Like, doesn't it make you puffy or bloated when you're that lean?
I think so. Well, you need obviously some. There's different kinds of carbs, so you do need some carbs, obviously.
But like lasagna, he eats lasagna. Do you like? I feel like skinny people. That's why they have those little bellies when they eat, and mine never does because I just always look like that. It's so funny when skinny people eat and they have these little pregnant bellies, and I'm just like, my belly just looks like that all the time. Just like, it's what is it from Bridesmaid when Melissa McCarthy's like, I never bloat. I was like, honestly, same. You're just always like that, and same, girl. So in that case, I like when I not like don't have to be so skinny because even like models and stuff. I mean, I'm sure they do have to like, you know, if they eat like a burger, it shows a little bit. But me, I'm like, just give me two. I had pasta every lunch, and it was so good. It's great. That's the great thing about being plus size influencer. People expect you to eat, and they really do. They'll be feeding you like 5 meals a day. They think you eat like all the time, and I love it. I'm like, yeah, keep bringing those snacks. One of the people they Googled. I think it was like on Reddit. I feel like it was like 5 days before the shoot. Someone on Reddit put like Trisha Paytas' favorite snacks, and they had it all in there. They had the Cheez-Its and the Rice
Really?
Krispies, the grapefruit. I was like, wow, they really
That's
know
a
me.
great like guide to have on there.
I know, and they were very accurate because they got me the Wingstop chicken fingers and the butter noodles and all these like really good snacks. I was like, wow, you guys are really know me. Gatorade is banned over in the UK. Did you know that?
No, is it because
Yeah.
of the colors?
Must be something not good in it. I
Is
think
Prime
Pop-Tarts.
allowed overseas?
I was gonna ask that.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
wonder.
KSI can't even sell in his own country. Like they don't accept it here. Oh, I wonder.
It says, while Prime drinks are generally available in Europe, the legality can vary depending on the country due to regulations on specific ingredients. Oh, I guess because it's like they have the caffeinated versions. So some countries like Slovenia ban the sale of Prime energy drinks because those ingredients are not permitted. Interesting.
Maybe can you Google why Gatorade is banned? Must be Red 40.
Yeah.
I think Red 40 is banned here now, or Red 3 or something got banned here in the United States. So like Skittles and stuff will be different. The Skittles over there do taste very different. I wonder if they like take that out.
Oh, I mean, brominated vegetable oil, BVO, is a food additive that's banned in the EU. And it's used in some certain Gatorade flavors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably better. They're probably going to be healthier over there.
I have never thought about brominated vegetable oil in my life.
I know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Like, oh my God.
It's in everything we eat. I'm like, I know. It's so crazy that it's like banned over here, but like, or over there, but here it's like totally fine.
I guess that is the pro of like cooking your own stuff because then you know like exactly what oils are in it because you could think you're eating healthy, but like, you know, you order, but you don't know what they're using to cook the chicken or something, you know,
That's
like what kind of oil.
Oh, we need to do our Patreon shout out. Go to patreon.com/JustTrish if you want to see us eat Panda Express and do hot topics. That was a couple weeks ago, but it was good. We have a lot of good hot topics. do on Patreon. Patreon.com/JustTrish.
And we reacted, our latest episode on Patreon, we reacted to Gabbie Hanna's Escape the Nightmare, which
So
it's so fierce. Like, literally, I need to have Jimmy put this clip in because when we realized that you were the whistleblower that kind of instigated the drama between Gabbie and Joey,
Yes, did.
the reaction was, I don't think I've ever been so gagged in my life. That was so funny.
He was doing that. But girl, don't.
You were the whistleblower.
Oh no! This is
You were the whistleblower.
Oh my god, first of all, I'm like so skinny in this though. My face is so skinny. This was definitely 2019 for sure. And I wasn't even involved, but Tana was there when it all happened, when the chicken nightmare happened and she like yelled and screamed. She had like firsthand account. So she's coming on as a guest this week and she is going to spill the tea on Escape
Oh my
the
god,
Night.
love.
Because like what we discovered through it, right? And by the way, I love Gabbie Hanna. I think I'm coming to Pittsburgh. I think if you want to perform with me, am I coming to Pittsburgh? I am, and it's sold out. If you want to come perform Butterflies with me in Pittsburgh, I would love to have you. Because watching it back, hindsight with like new eyes, 2025 eyes, like it is just like camp. It's all very unserious. Like, but it was so serious, including me. I was angry. I was pissed. I was like, everyone knows Gabbie. Like, I was so pissed. And like looking back, my apologies to anyone that I hurt in this, but it's just not serious. You know what I mean? It's just like not that serious. And it was serious to her. I get it in the moment. But I think like the videos and all the aftermath of it, everyone could agree was a little.
Yeah, I think everyone. Well, I guess you and Gabbie were very unwell. Like you can see Gabbie like
Oh yeah,
from
yeah.
beginning to middle to end, like just kind of lose. I don't know. Like, what do you think it is? Kind of just like lose her thoughts, I guess. Like,
yeah, you kind of lose the plot, as they would say. You're very. Yeah, I don't know what she has. She had stated in that video that she doesn't have mental illness, but maybe there was just something like anxiety or whatever. You know, she has ADHD, something was affecting her. So yeah, I relate a lot to that. Like when I was watching it, I was like, oh gosh. And then sometimes you watch it and you're just like, oh man, that was. She seems great now, which is good. Which is why we watch it, and it's all. But we do give her credit. Like there are points where like, she made a point there. You know what I mean? And then Joey, we watched his reaction videos that coming up this week. His reaction video to it. So. It's kind of fun to watch like old trauma videos because
everyone's healed. Yeah, people have moved on. Everyone's healed. Like Joey is fine with or I don't. Maybe it's one-sided fineness. I don't know. I don't know if he's talked to Gabbie, but he doesn't hold anything against her.
Well, he accepted her apology that she didn't make directly to him, which I loved. She did a generic apology, and Joey's
everyone
like,
just
he's like, I accept it. Yeah. I say it too. I'm like, I accept your apology. She's like, that was not for you. But it was funny, and I mean, she looked good. Her body was banging, and she looked great, and. It was crazy to see it all go down. It was fun. We like spent like an hour and a half reacting to that.
Yeah.
Were we eating? Oh, we had some veggie spring rolls on that one.
Yeah. Oh, back to the MSG, I guess.
Oh yeah. MSG is also Madison Square Garden, which I would like to perform Trishmas at this year. We don't have a New York City tour on the stop, but maybe Christmas. I said Carnegie Hall, but I'm thinking Madison Square Garden, so. I want to play Madison Square Garden and maybe like crypto. No, that's too big. What's a little smaller than crypto here? Is Microsoft Theater still a thing across from crypto?
Yes.
I want to play Microsoft.
Oh, yeah. I think JoJo played there. You can play there for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Done and done. You know Theo Vaughn plays arenas? Like for 18,000 people is his
That
tour?
kind of makes sense. He's very, very popular.
18,000 people? And he does stand up?
I think so, yeah.
He's just on stage by himself telling jokes for 18,000 people?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I want to do that. I want to be... Could you imagine my little show with my 4 dancers for 18,000 people at Madison Square Garden? Just music videos playing behind me. Oh my God, that's crazy. Okay, I want to go on Theo Vaughn then. If he gets that many people, because I saw Grace, I'm like, all the girlies are going on there now, so I want to go
on
too.
Theo Vaughn, yeah. He kind of... he has very broad appeal, I found out. I've looked into him a little bit more, so I think everyone kind of likes him.
Tana loves him. Like, everyone's like, we love Theo Vaughn. I was like, well, damn. But yeah. Okay, well, I can be on it. How do I get on it?
Say it right here. Theo, Trisha would love to be on.
I think he's in Nashville. I'm coming to Nashville, I think. I am coming to Nashville. I'm playing where Elvis Presley played, the Ryman Theater. It doesn't even say it on here. I just know it. So I'll be in Nashville if
Theo, if you're interested, yeah.
Why wouldn't he be? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I would love to see that conversation between you two. I don't know.
He's a character, though, right? He's like a Bobby or like a Bobby Altoff kind of.
Is he? Or...
Right? It's not real.
He goes in and out, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, but he does play like, my hillbilly. Like, that's his thing, right?
Just a little bit. Like, he'll ask you Like sometimes he just goes into tangent of places that has nothing to do with the conversation.
Do you think he's intelligent? Like, do you think he's like?
Yeah, you have to be intelligent to do what he does.
That's what I'm saying. So his character is like he's a little bit dumb, like a little ditzy, like, right? No,
But I
don't
think
know.
in real life he still talks that way. It's more the
I think
substance
there's
that
no
comes
way
out.
he's a flula because he's very like,
Maybe on Road Rules he had the accent, and maybe he like dramatizes it more. But
I just made fun of his accent for no reason. I'm so sorry. I thought it was fake. Okay, I'm down. I'll come on. Sure.
Loved you on Road Rules.
Love you on Road Rules. I should watch it actually. Was CT from the Traitors from Road Rules?
Yes, or no, he was Real World, but then Real World Road Rules the challenge.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah,
yeah,
the
that
whole
was the
thing.
pipeline.
Should we talk about Traitors or no? Does anyone care? People are like, I don't even know what they're talking about.
Oh, with Traitors? I mean, I didn't even watch the new episode because I saw a spoiler and saw it didn't go the way I wanted, and then I was like, I was too like heartbroken to watch. I saw clips, so I basically watched the episode.
So you don't want to watch it? I saw the spoilers. Like, I need to watch it right away.
I'm the opposite. When things don't go my way, like on a reality show, I'm like, well, what's the point of me watching it? Like,
So you're
like
not
if
gonna
you were
watch
on
anymore?
like if you were on Traitors and you got eliminated early, it would hurt me too much to watch it. You know
You
what I
wouldn't
mean?
continue watching.
If you were gone, no. Even with this, like,
Wow.
I guess spoiler alerts for the Traitors, obviously, but like I loved GABBIE, Wendy, but I loved Bob so much, so it's hard for me to continue on.
I feel that I have to continue on because both Gabby and Carolyn have responded to my DMs. And said
Love.
they're like, oh,
That's
we'll come on the
fierce.
podcast. They're very booked and busy right now doing press, but they'll be in LA soon. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. They were both like really excited to get my DM, and I was like really excited because I love them now, especially Carolyn, because like last time we talked, I kind of didn't know, and I was like, oh, she seems kind of like silly or goofy, and then you're like, no, I love her. So then I like followed her on Instagram, and she like had this whole sobriety journey story, and it was like really inspiring. And so I sent her a DM, and I was like, oh, I love this person even more now. So I was like, I have to keep watching because I really love them. I think the girls are gonna like pull through, but yeah, Bob the drag queen getting eliminated. I will say, yes, I'm so heartbroken too. But you remember last time I was like, ugh, Boston Rob, like what a dweeb, hate
Yeah.
him. I mean, kind of like good at playing the game, right? Or no, you think it's bad?
He is good at playing the game. He hasn't won Survivor, I think, for a reason, because he does like these big
Dirty.
extravagant moves, but then like I think this was so early that he'll get chopped. Obviously, we see the next episode they already want to get Rob out, so
Right, because he's
it's like a big move, but done so early that I think he'll get the chop. There's still so much game left. You got to be careful. You got to be strategic when you do something big.
That's crazy for a traitor to throw like another traitor under the bus is wild. But actually, like kind of smart. Honestly, I probably would like try to throw someone under the bus too. Like you're a traitor. But what's crazy to me is how do they not throw each other under? Because like let's say like I was like you're a traitor, and like actually you're a traitor because I was up with you last night in the little round thing. You know what I mean? Like how do they not do that?
You would 100% do
Because
that.
you're trying to, preserve yourself. So you're trying to basically say, no, you're
But
lying.
then, right, because you both had yourself as traitors.
Yeah.
But his outro was good. Bob the drag queen, like he just like till the very end, he just did a really good like what's the word like?
He did a little
show.
monologue, at the end.
I
saying
like it.
Zac Efron
Sashay
catching
away.
strays. Yeah, the sachet away.
Yeah, I know. And that was like everyone's low blow. That was everyone's final straw for all the drag queen. Like, no, not Zac Efron. Don't say that about him. Like,
Yeah.
okay, obviously, like,
Because if you missed it, Dylan Efron goes, well, I grew up with an actor, so I know. And Bob goes, not a good one.
it's kind of good though. It's kind of good. I mean, because it's so silly. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it's like
It
I
is-
do love Dylan. I sent him a DM too. I was like,
Love Dylan Efron,
I
yeah.
like him more than Zac Efron.
Honestly,
at this
me
point.
too. He has a really good personality.
He has such a good personality. He's funny.
He's like not taking anything personal. He still, you know, is with the gays. He's supporting Bob online.
He like posted a really cute behind the scenes with them, and like they were like doing cute stuff, and I love to see that. I was like, oh, they should show more fun. I know it's like not part of the traitor like lore, but it'd be fun to see like them being fun and campy with each
I
other.
need Dylan Efron here because he posted an Instagram on the beach where he was like laying down in the water, but then it was like up, and I'm like,
Oh.
Dylan Efron, why did you post that? I have a question about that.
Has he dated girls? Do
I
we
think,
know?
as far as everyone knows, he's straight, but that photo was giving like very much like it was.
No.
Why was your up like that in the water?
I have a feeling your
Yeah.
Instagram is going to get hacked again.
Did you
There might be a
comment?
lot of comments. No, not yet. The hacker has not been in there as far as I know.
How
but
do people? Why would people assume he's straight?
that's a good question. I don't know.
Like it's crazy. People just assume like you're straight. You know?
Maybe he just gives such like heteronormative energy, I guess. But you can't really assume these days. That's true because
Yeah.
that photo was wild. Like,
I
no
don't know many
context.
straight men that put their ups for a photo, but
And he was wearing like board shorts and everything too, so nothing was really giving, gay, really. But
He's
the
a mask
booty
for mask.
tooch, as Tyra
Yeah.
would say, is like, wait, what?
the booty what?
The booty tooch.
Who says that?
Tyra.
The booty tooch?
Yeah.
I love it. Is that like a little prop up thing?
When you're posing and you stick your butt out, the booty tooch.
We need Tyra back in 2025. I need her show back. I need America's Next Top Model back. I need all of it back. And I want it to be controversial and problematic, just like it was in 2002. Like, I kind of miss it. I kind of miss her. I don't know why we just like let her go.
I know. I mean, I get looking back at like some of the clips, especially like the Tyra show, like when she was cosplaying as Pora and stuff. Some of this I was like, wait, huh? Like when she was unhoused on the streets for no reason. Like, wait, what? It's like,
But is it like a little funny?
It is a little camp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like kind of funny.
Yeah. And honestly, if like all these problematic guys can make comebacks and, do their thing, like let's
Yes.
have some of the women get their chances
She's
too.
like one of those people who like gets away with it. It's like Wendy saying like crazy things. I think like certain people can like get away with being a little what's the opposite of woke? She's a little like the opposite. I kind of like it. And I love being woke. I love the wokeness. I think it's good for our community and society and human beings in general. But I do love a little bit of
And I think Tyra there's some things that made me like, keep it in the drafts. Like, when she had that one photo shoot with the models were race bending. That was crazy. They had like
That
the
was
white girl be
wild.
like African, not even like South African, like proper African. I'm like,
I
that's.
wonder what they were going for. Like I'm trying to see like the other side, like where they were trying to feel what.
I feel like the intentions were probably good, like, the experience this kind of culture,
Right.
but then it's like, oh, that's not,
I would have fallen for that. I would have been like, I loved it. Back then, I probably would have been like, yeah.
And I do understand because contextually that time, like there was just no media from the POV of these different like ethnicities and cultures.
True.
So from like the mainstream like white lens, obviously Tyra's not white, but I think the crew behind the show was very white,
Yeah.
obviously. So the white lens is probably like, this is good. We're showing different cultures, but it's like,
Yeah. And they did. I think they were like holding babies
Yes,
too.
you're
and I thought
right.
that was so cool. I was like, wow, that's a cool idea. You could just see like the beautifulness.
Yes,
and
at the
gap.
time, I remember thinking that I'm like, this is such an amazing concept.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like 12 or whatever,
Yeah,
but
seeing the cultures.
Yes.
So I think the intention was good.
Yeah, it just hasn't aged well because,
Yes.
I think we've just had our eyes open to actual people who are living in these places,
Yeah.
and they're educating us. But at the time,
Right.
we were just ignorant because we didn't have access to these people,
Yeah.
Pre-social media, people forget, like pre-social media, you just didn't know because you didn't have access to people's thoughts who actually lived in these places.
So true. That's so true. Yeah. Like no one had voices for that.
Yes.
Yeah. But now they did America's Next Model, it could be so cool because there could be like a range of models, from obviously like the plus size models which they had towards the end, but just different genders and
True,
ability.
yes.
All it's like it would be cool to see the different models out there.
Yeah. And even like different like skin conditions too. Like Winnie Harlow has like vitiligo. And I remember at
yeah.
the time it was such a big groundbreaking thing. Like Tyra made it such a big thing, like, oh, it makes you beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like so many models like with different skin conditions and stuff. There's so many like high fashion models that have vitiligo, and Winnie Harlow was so successful.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to have like all that kind of different representation. Or like Savage Fenty, like Rihanna gets like models who are disabled and stuff
Yeah,
too.
that's
So
what I'm
yeah,
saying. There's
you're
so
right.
many categories and stuff, and it's cool. Like Gerber, I think Gerber Baby had the first like Down syndrome baby on their bottle, and I thought that was like so cool. So it's like
Yeah.
it's really because it really does show that like anyone can model and stuff like that because that's what people want to see. They want to see like people that look like us on things, which
Yeah.
is like super cool. We love to see a Tyra come back. I know I was always like, ugh, I hate Tyra, but now I love her again. I'll come back on. Watch season 5, episode 1. I'm on the Tyra show where I reveal my real hair, and it's me with like platinum blonde hair, and I was like, this is my natural hair. Tyra too. She's like, this is my natural hair. So it's like straightened and stuff like that, but we love to see it. She was a queen. She was a queen. So was Wendy Williams. She made a comeback and said she's like, I'm fine, y'all.
I know. It makes me sad because she talked about her experience with like her conservatorship and talked about how she is in these like prison like conditions in the facility she's in.
Wait, she's in a facility? How did she come out for this?
That's a good question.
I didn't know. I thought it was just like a conservatorship like Britney where she's like in her house and someone's just like watching her.
She
She was on a phone call, wasn't it? Or with TMZ at least.
she did an interview with
Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne. Yeah.
It was a radio one.
She says that she spent 3 years living in what she calls it a luxury prison in like this New York facility. She didn't say which facility. But she says she was in the place where people were in their 90s and 80s. And even when people are in their 60s like me, there's something wrong with these people here on this floor. She said, I'm definitely isolated. To talk to those people that live here, that is not my cup of tea.
Oh my God. Like,
So-
that's not it. So I don't understand. Like, she's in her sound mind and she has to stay in this place.
Well, that's, I think, the issue too, is like, obviously there was the like Wendy documentary on Lifetime a couple months ago that kind of showed like the, I don't know what, the cognitive, I guess, decay of, of Wendy. So some people are saying with like, if she has dementia, there's people that have experience with having like relatives or something with dementia, where 1 minute they can be like there, and like very on it and very aware, but then that's not the full reality, like they do have these slip ups and they're not okay. So it's hard to tell for sure,
And she seemed pretty coherent. She's talking about P. Diddy. Like, she seemed to be like with it.
But a lot of people like with experience with dementia say that that's like normal with these like cognitive diseases.
And she said she had no money, but it's like, where'd all her money go? She's like, she has no access to any money. And it's like, why wouldn't they have like a private caretaker for her? Why is she staying in like a prison?
Facility? Yeah. It's also weird. Like, it makes me have more questions. Obviously, like conservatorships we saw with Brittany, like they can be so like restrictive and just taking away all your independence and stuff fully. So I think there's a larger like issue with conservatorships maybe because they're so hard to get out of too. So I don't know how it works with like how the court assigns a conservatorship, it's
she seemed aware, and I guess like you said, people know, but at the same time it's like it seems like a milder case of dementia if she can like remember some things and like live her life. So.
I guess, yeah. I feel like, I don't know, there would need to be some kind of like diagnostic or something, like if a doctor because I think that was the argument too, like they couldn't get a doctor, her niece said that they couldn't get like a doctor to, give the information or whatever. That was something that they claimed as well.
That's so weird. You can find a doctor. Call Dr. Drew. He'll be there in a minute,
Yeah. So
that's odd.
Because her niece said, my aunt hasn't had, from what I understand, a medical evaluation to see if her rights can be restored. And said that the conservator has made it difficult every which way for my aunt to be able to live any sort of healthy, independent life.
I think it was Brittany who said she signed something because she wanted to see her kids. It basically was like, if you don't sign this, you won't see your kids.
True. They hold something against you.
Yeah, maybe that was something like with Wendy.
Or if you're like under duress at the time and you sign it.
Yeah, of course. You just think like that's your option. I don't know if it's like similar or not, but Hayden Panettiere, she like signed over, like she thought she was signing over like temporary custody to her husband for her daughter. And then it ended up being like permanent. Like they never gave the daughter back and he moved to like Russia or wherever he was from with her, and like she never got her daughter back. Like that's like, and she did it at the time when she was like obviously like unwell and she hadn't gotten sober yet, so she like did it to like protect her daughter. I think she would like get her back, and then like it was gone forever.
Yeah,
which I think that should be illegal too, like signing something like you said in times of like duress where you're just like so like not yourself and out of your mind. Like you shouldn't be able to like make those decisions. You should get like a reevaluation in like a year.
Yeah, they do make it insanely difficult for like people who suffer from like mental illness and stuff too. I think there is, I mean, you kind of know this more than anyone. Like there is still that like stigma, I think, that follows people who have suffered from like some kind of mental illness, and it's like so impossible to shake that fully. You know what I mean? And like prove that you are like, because it's not a physical thing that is cured or something.
Mm-hmm. Like you always have. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It'd be so easy for most to be like, well, she's crazy. We look at all this stuff she's done online. You know what I mean? The judge easily would be like, you're right. That's done. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a bad issue out there. I was happy to hear her back, but it was kind of sad. People want her back.
I know. I think everyone is really, really rooting for a Wendy comeback. I like the circumstances though are just so terrible. Like she has some family, obviously. Like she went to her son's graduation.
Yeah.
So she obviously still is close with some family. So it is, and there's just so much conflicting information. That's the hard part. There's. Like, obviously, her guardian is saying one thing, Wendy is and her niece and family are saying something else. So it's like, it's so hard.
Yeah, to know, like, what's actually happening. Well, Wendy, you can come on to this podcast if you want. I love you so much. She's my fave. Her wigs are so good. I have some getting made to look like Wendy. I'm gonna become Wendy Williams over time. Look at it in like 4 years. I'm gonna be tiny. I'm gonna have the bigger boobs.
Teeny waist.
Teeny waist. God, she really was like teeny tiny. I also love that she wore sneakers. I know she had like a foot condition, but towards the end she started wearing sneakers with her dresses, and I love that because I hate wearing heels. I'm gonna start doing that too. So cool.
Yeah.
She was everything. I loved her. Wendy. TikTok is back. Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah. Someone was excited about TikTok being banned though.
Who was that?
You're gonna die. Brianna CHICKENFRY.
Of course she would be. I think the people who are like, what did she say? I didn't see this.
Well, she did the photo shoot with Sports Illustrated.
Oh yeah, she did look fierce.
Yeah, she looked really good, and she kind of opened up about the fallout with Grace again, and she talked about how she was really upset over the fallout with Grace because it's taking away from the importance of what she was doing, trying to help people heal and trying to help people have someone in their corner while they're going through such negative times.
What does that even mean? Like, what? What does that mean? What took it away? She took it away, or people's conversations about it?
Yeah, the drama with Grace took away because I guess really what she's saying, she was on a high, after the Zach Bryan breakup, everyone was like rooting for her. She stuck it to the man. She didn't take his money so she could, speak out about her experience with Zach. She was like strong, independent, and then everything kind of shifted because of the Grace drama.
You guys did it. You and Dave couldn't stop talking about her. They talked about her so much. Like, that was crazy because Grace really like said nothing. She did like a Instagram story being like, yeah, Plan Bree's not coming back. I'm shocked. Then they did 20,000 podcasts just completely annihilating her and her character. I would be like, that's the most frustrating. I think that's what is with Brianna. Like, I do like her. I think she's so pretty. I like her TikToks. I get like her whole vibe. Like, I know why she's popular. But like the lack of self-awareness is crazy to think like I was on this high and then everyone had to make it about Grace. It's like, you made it about that. Like, you compared her to Zach Bryan. Like, that was crazy. That was so, and that's what's, I guess they're friends now. They did a video where they were like together on like looking over a doc like yesterday or something like that. So I guess they're back being friends.
That's wild.
You didn't see that? Yeah.
No.
She like, oh, Grace sent this video to me, like what we're going to send to her future kids. It was like them saying like on a doc like recently. It was like new. Yeah. So I guess they're like,
props to you, mama. Because Grace, I don't know if I could. Like, literally, the DMs, I just can't get over it. I mention it every time we talk about Brie, but it's like the DMs she was sending to like these fans, calling her a nasty, evil woman, was like, that was crazy.
how could you? That's why. That's
I don't know
so
if I could
wild.
bounce back that fast.
No, like you like find out I'm talking about you in a DM to like a random fan.
Calling me nasty evil.
Yeah.
If you only knew how nasty and evil Oscar
That's
was.
wild. I could never. I would never. That's so weird because I'm like, what? Like, you're such a weirdo for doing that weirdly to fans. Like, I think that's like the craziest part. And I think that's why like my PTSD from the COLLEEN situation is like her sending like my nudes to like random like people. It's like, okay, I guess if you're sending them to like your friends, I guess that's funny. I guess, I don't know. But like random fans, you're just like, ha ha ha, look at Trisha was like her spread legs. Like, that's so weird. And it's like the same thing as like talking about someone to fans is like, you're such a weirdo. Like, I could never. I guess they probably do it to like have people stop talking about it. Maybe they just want to be like, look, we're friends again.
I guess both, it does help to kind of wrap it up because obviously Grace is doing like a new podcast. She has a fresh start. I don't know if she necessarily wants that, like following her, especially if she's trying to do more like comedy and do like, I think maybe be taken more serious as like a stand-up comedian. And,
sure, yeah.
So maybe she just doesn't want it following her. Brianna, I think, just wants everyone off her back. So.
Oh, sure. She made up with Ken Urich on the TARTE trip. She's like, you know what? Look, I'm friends with everyone again. Because she probably felt the heat, but like rightfully so, because I think it's, again, the lack of self-awareness. You can't just like blame. And I'm like, I was like this too, right? I was just like, gosh, everyone's the problem except for me. And it's like, I think when it's like the common denominator that you're the drama and all this is like, there's probably like something that you're doing that's like wrong. You know what I mean? Like the Ken Urich thing where she was like brought up on stage and she's like, hey, I don't want to talk about this. And then Brianna's like, we're talking about this on stage. Like, that's crazy. So to be like, oh, I'm not in the wrong. So maybe she just took a bunch of voices to be like, you know what? Maybe I need to slow my roll and like apologize to some of these people that I hurt, you know?
Yeah. And she talked about how like on TikTok, she was getting a lot of the heat for her fallout with Grace and how that drowned out so much of the positive feedback she was getting after the breakup. So she said, when she got asked about the ban, she said, how I'm feeling right now is I'm like, pop a bottle of champagne. Let's get rid of this horrible, hateful app. Which is just like, mama, come on. You can
get rid of the horrible, hateful app. But your horrible, hateful actions will follow you everywhere. Like, it doesn't, we'll go to Instagram to tell you what you're doing is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I do like her. I really like kind of do. I get the appeal, but it's like actually the most frustrating person. And maybe this was me 10 years ago where people like, God, this is so frustrating. Like she's not seeing it. So maybe I like get it in that capacity, but it is so hard. You could like shake someone so much and they're still like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I don't know. Someone just ruined my high. Like you ruined your high, which was also me. Your own worst enemy. You stand in your way. You self-sabotage. I don't know. Yeah, the BFFs podcast is back without Dave, and it is a little more calmer. It's a little nicer without him. Who did they have on? They have Josh Peck on. They had Josh Peck on.
Oh, okay.
And he's talking about me again, saying that I started his vlogging career. I was like, love that. I love that's like the MO everywhere. I was like, what does MO stand for?
That's a good question.
I would say it says like ammo, but
I
it's
thought
MO.
it was like motivation, but
Ammo, like ammunition?
No, like that's your MO. That's my MO. Like people say that.
modus operandi.
What does it mean?
The way of operation, the way you operate in life.
Oh, so my MO. Okay, right. So I'm
Method of
using it wrong.
operation.
I might be using it wrong.
Yeah.
But Josh Peck credited me as giving him a start in YouTube, and I love that narrative. That's so funny and so random, but glad I can help
I guess
you
it's
out.
better to say you were the reason than David Dobrik, you know?
That's true. Yeah. He's like, I did my first video, Trisha eating hot wings, and it got 4 million views. And he was telling it to Brianna and Josh. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. It was nice. I was like to hear that. I always hear when people are talking about me. I always see little clips here. And that's why if TikTok was gone, I wouldn't know who's talking about me. That'd be the true. Again, that'd probably be better. It's like, okay, you get to spend more time with your family. You don't know who's talking about you. Like, it's probably a better peace of mind. But I just like to know what's in the know. You know what I mean? I like to be involved.
Yeah, you are a journalist. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that with interviews too. I'm like, every time I have a guest on, I literally go to TikTok to see like what's the highlights, what's been brought up about them.
Yeah.
And now you have to sit through a whole podcast and like listen to like all the points. It's like would have been so hard. So thank God.
No, Google Giggles. That was like
What is Google Giggles? What is
people
that?
were listing like their short form apps that like are out there, like, and Google Giggles, I guess, is one of them.
What is
I
that?
have no idea.
You just like ask it something or what?
I think you upload little short form like vertical videos.
Oh,
there.
it's like
a little platform. Yeah.
Did you sign up for Lemonade? That also got banned.
That also got banned. No, I didn't sign up for any of them. Red Note, none of them. I'm kind of like, I barely have a TikTok really, so.
That's true. You would have been like, I don't care.
The only reason I care was just from like the worker standpoint, not even just the influencers, because there's the counterpoint to the ban. Like people were dunking on the influencers crying and stuff. I'm like, well, it's their livelihood, but not even beyond that, because I guess they could eventually go to another platform. But I'm like, the people whose jobs is literally like at every publishing company, every marketing company, there is the TikTok person. Like,
Yeah.
that is so many jobs. Like that in and of itself. Like even for me, I'm like, well, I would just have to make videos for Instagram and Facebook. But I'm like, I like posting them to TikTok. Like I make them for the TikTok audience because it's more fun there. You know?
Of course. Yeah. Who's scrolling through Reels? I tried Reels and I'm like, this is not it.
Yeah, and it's so old. Like everything is like months old on Reels. I'm like,
I will say, like, Reels do get a lot of views. Like, my Reels get, like, 700, 800,000. So they get views. So someone's watching it.
Yeah.
Don't know who, but I guess it does get some views. But I thought about that with you. Well, I'd asked you a while ago. I was like, oh, wait. So if, like, TikTok goes away, like, are you having a job? And then you're like, no, I'll do, like, Reels. I'm
yeah,
like,
because
okay,
I
that
do
makes
them for like cross-platform, my videos, but like I generally make them with like TikTok in mind, like foremost. But there are people at different publishing companies who like just do TikTok. Like People Magazine has someone that just does People Magazine TikTok, like not Instagram or anything. So
Yeah.
that's like everywhere. So I felt so bad for like those people and like the small businesses who get most of their revenue from
Or, like, TikTok shops and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is crazy. But they said, like, 1.3 million people make their living off TikTok. I saw
I
somewhere.
fully believe it. Yeah.
And then so many influencers, like ones that have like maybe, 500,000 followers or whatever, they said they were making like 15 to 20,000 a month on TikTok. I was like, how are you doing this? I've never made that much ever on TikTok.
That is wild.
crazy.
Yeah, because like the creator program for TikTok, it's not like you get a ton of money.
I get nothing. I get like, a couple thousand's like good, but like it's not like, I
Yeah,
don't
but I've
feel
seen
that.
one person was a teacher and she was showing how much she makes every month on TikTok, and it was between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But she said without that, like I couldn't be even a teacher. Like she
Yeah.
said, so many teachers, that's how they supplement their.
It's amazing that many people make a living off TikTok. It's because that's cool. That's amazing. How do people find people? Like random people?
I guess that is the good thing about
You know?
TikTok is the discoverability on
Yeah.
TikTok
It's
is
the
so
only
much
place.
better.
It's the
Yeah.
only place that you can actually get your message out. And
Because I think that's why everyone loved it, is because like I mean, it's a double-edged sword, but almost anyone could be an influencer. Like, so many
Yeah.
people could have their moment, you know, and
Yeah.
then have a career after that if they like keep it up, you know.
So many people. When you think like Risa Tisa, she has like 2 Lifetime movies and a TV series. The Mormon Wives, Jules LeBron, like all those. You know, they all like got
Terry
so
Joe.
big. Terry Joe, yeah, just so mega from TikTok and Mega, M-E-G-A. I was like, that sounds weird when I say it. But even me, like we were talking, or like I was talking to Tana too, it's just like a whole like new wave of like audience that just like makes you like relevant again. And like it's not my main thing over there, but like I love TikTok for that reason. Because like millions of people are watching your TikTok where like you don't get that on any other platform.
Yeah. Even Spencer Pratt, obviously, after the fires, him and Heidi had like a huge week on TikTok. He revealed how much he made.
Yeah.
And he said the week he started posting after the fires, he made $4,000 for just 1 week. It's pretty good. And
Yeah.
then on TikTok Live, he made another $20,000
In 1 week.
Yeah,
That's what I was telling Moses. I was like, that is so wild. So cool.
yeah. And obviously that spawned the Heidi's album and song going number one. Yeah.
Everybody was posting it, and that is so cool. That's like the cool part of social media is everyone just like rallying behind you. And,
Yeah.
because they're very honest. They're very honest about like, you know, their money and how their money was in their house and stuff like that. Because people do assume. Spencer said something so funny and it was like so relatable. Where he's like, you know, my whole life everyone's like they're broke, they're washed up has-beens.
Yes.
And then the minute that like the fire happened, they're like they're rich celebrities. They don't need it.
That is true.
And that is so the story of like probably every influencer celebrity's life is people thinking like they're broke, and then it's like the minute something happens, like they're rich, they're fine. It's like make up your mind.
Yeah, and I do feel for obviously everyone, but with Spencer and Heidi too, like they are just sweet people, and like
Yeah.
they've had a bad rap literally their entire careers. You know, like
Yeah.
80% of their careers they've had a bad
Yeah.
rap. So it is nice again, like seeing the good stories that come out of such devastation. You know, like the silver lining, seeing them, you know, get their flowers. People not unironically loving Heidi's music too,
So
because it's always
good.
been good. It's
I
always
said
been
that last
good.
year when she was on the podcast.
Yes.
I'm like, this is you are the tea. Like, that's so good. Her music, like, it really was like ahead of its like
Yes,
time.
and they're just such like nice people. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see them get some recognition, and they're everywhere. They're Good Morning America,
Yeah.
press everywhere.
They should be on the next White Lotus. They'd be like the perfect couple on
That
there.
is tea.
Especially like reality stars, like on vacation at the White Lotus or
Yeah.
something, because they're perfect and they would act so perfect. Like Spencer is like such a good villain, and like they would be so good on there.
And it's so funny. He still has that like villain air to him or branding to him, but
Yeah.
he is so nice.
Because he's like a troll, you
Yes.
know, and so his trolling is like funny, and I was glued to it. I was addicted to it. I love him. I'm trying to get them on the podcast, but honestly, they're probably doing Call Her Daddy or something. You know what I mean? They're probably too booked and busy. But if you guys want to come on, I love Heidi, and like Spencer seems sweet too. So
and great parents. Like it is.
Yeah.
They're just so sweet. I don't know. It's like
yeah,
It's so funny. Like if you're a millennial, you know, like the Hills era. No one ever thought that Heidi and Spencer would be the couple from the Hills to make it.
Yeah.
The like reputation around them at that time was garbage.
Oh my God.
All the old Heidi interviews after she had her plastic surgery coming
Yes.
out, where like these interviewers just like berate her and make her feel so small and terrible.
so awful. And she
Yeah.
was so sweet. Like people were asking the most like horrible, evasive questions, and she was just like.
Handles it so
Yeah,
well.
she's like, I don't know. I like it. Jane the Virgin did a Heidi and Spencer reference. We were watching
Really?
them, and they were like something. And I was like, wow, they were really like. Again, this is like an era of time I don't remember because it was like probably like 2009 to 2013 or something. So like I don't remember. I remember they were like big, but I didn't watch The Hills or anything. So watching like Jane the Virgin and them mentioning them, I'm like, wow, they were really like that couple that like got mentioned everywhere.
Yeah, The Hills was like an insanely popular show. Really was like the blueprint for that vibe. Like, I mean, Laguna Beach, with Lauren Conrad, obviously that was like the blueprint for like the OC. And then that kind of became the cultural phenomenon with the OC. And then I feel like The Hills is kind of why Gossip Girl became so popular, because it was like the heightened New York version of The Hills. So
interesting.
Yeah, I feel like for like if you were in high school around that time of like The Hills and Laguna Beach, like it's a fundamental like personality
Yeah.
building block.
Like in your head.
Yeah.
I was like kind of unaware of it happening at the time, but sounds like a good show.
Yeah, it was at the time. Yeah, I remember finding out it was like scripted though, and then like everything kind of came crashing down. I was like, oh my God,
Which
I couldn't
is, like,
believe it.
So funny, like that, and Back to Milli Vanilli, the movie I watched. Like, it's so funny how they got canceled too for like lip syncing their music,
Yeah.
and it's like I mean, I guess it wasn't really their voice because everyone kind of lip syncs, but it is crazy how it's like such a different time where now like everyone lip syncs everywhere and it's like not a big deal.
No.
And same thing with the scripted, like everything is scripted. Selling Sunset, like everything's scripted, but like The Hills, it was like, oh my God, that's like crazy.
Yeah.
That was scripted.
The shift of like finding out things were not 100% real. You know?
Yeah, I was like, what? How could that be?
Because even like Ashley Simpson, like when she did the lip sync moment on SNL, like that was like almost like career ruining moment.
Yeah.
But now it's like very much like known that people sing with backing tracks and stuff, you know?
And
so,
she like actually sang her song. She just had like, what was it? Vocal nodges. What was that on her?
yeah, she had like
Swollen lip noise.
yeah, something with her acid reflux made her throat like
It was like
not be able-
everything was happening at once, like acid reflux, swollen lymph nodes, like it was a lot. And it's like, yeah, and it was such a big deal. Everyone's like, ew, like how could she? Like she got canceled for everything and booed, and I was just like, now everyone's doing it.
Yes, and it kind of reminded me because Nikki DiMartino did like her TikTok series where she talked about how like the beauty and lifestyle girly videos from back in the day on YouTube were all like fake and scripted, and it was so funny seeing the comments and having like her fans be like gagged by it. They're like, I thought it was, they're like, wait, this wasn't real. Like your get ready with me's and like your morning routines weren't real. And I was like, well,
I mean, how do they not? Because they have to be like her age, which they're not old. They're probably like 28, 29
they're
or
probably
something.
younger. Cause I was just thinking the equivalent would be like me watching The Hills and then not knowing it's fake, I guess. And because I was in 8th grade watching Laguna Beach, and they were like 3 or 4 years older than me, so maybe there's like a 4-year delay. Or
and you
something.
thought, right? So like people a little younger that watch it.
Just thinking it was real, especially YouTube. I guess the bridge between like reality and fakeness, I guess, is like really thin.
That's true, especially back then. But those videos just seem, I mean, weren't they all like in their 20s pretending to go to high school? Like I thought that was like the giveaway. Yeah. How did they not know that? That's crazy. Or wearing like crop tops to school. I'm like, okay, no one can like wear those to school. That's like crazy. I guess that's good it came out. There is like a video that has like, it probably has like 10 million views. And it's like Trisha Paytas' morning routine versus like all the other girls on YouTube morning routine. Have you ever seen it?
No.
And I thought I like ate so hard with it, and it's actually, and I wasn't even like trying to be funny or parody or anything, but it is crazy how polished and bright and how like aesthetic their routines were. I was like, that's crazy, and I was like just trying to like make something similar, and I was just like, it was just the craziest thing. And I never watched routine videos like that, so I just didn't realize these girls were like chopping strawberries in the shape of like stars and like putting them in smoothies. And
mine
was just eating like 6 Cinnabons or something. Like it was like the video is so. Did it come up?
Yes. Oh, we need to react to this. It's only 3 minutes, so it's quick.
It's short.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
How many views?
As you can
15
see,
million.
I get woken at about 8 a.m. by the sun shining through on my face, which is really annoying at the time, but it's really good because it gets me up.
I wake up with greasy skin and crazy hair.
I don't go on social media because I feel like it's not good for me in the mornings.
And I prop myself up to go through all my social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, you know the drill. Follow me at Trisha Paytas at any of those.
Walk outside and pick a fresh lemon from our lemon tree.
Water, and to take my daily vitamins.
And my 10-ounce coffee. This always gets me started in the morning.
And it's not a morning routine unless I meditate, so I love doing guided meditations on Headspace, and we love the reoccurring meditation candle.
How could we forget the candle?
I go into the bathroom, do my business, because I feel like everybody does this first thing in the morning.
And I'm going to take the time to make myself a delicious and nutritious breakfast.
It's sugar cereal, maybe not the best, but just Simply Made. That's my
I also love adding almond milk and ice.
Vegan lifestyle.
Just eat my little meal.
And while I'm having breakfast, I'll just use this time to check
Oh my
emails,
God.
check on my
They're
schedule.
so
This bowl.
Watching YouTubes and eating.
Give yourself a little bit of downtime to be creative. So in the morning, I have actually
Starbucks.
been using my bullet journal. I use my colored pencils and I just
Oh my
plan out
God.
my day.
And then I will have some toast.
Then I move on over to my whiteboard. You know, stuff
I think
like
this is not
laundry,
real. Like,
washing,
what?
things. Listen, I hate doing
Oh
laundry.
my God.
Okay?
We love a
Then I
relatable.
just finish up eating.
I was really having fun, really happy, really in a good mood.
Then I just clean up just a little bit.
But then it is
I clean up
time
nothing
for
ever.
me to go to Pilates. So I grab a banana and get changed. It is my favorite thing
Oh my God.
to do in the world. I love it.
And then I eat some more, and then I catch up on other shows like Glee.
Glee. Yeah.
Glee.
It was Glee.
Basically a wig at this point. Yeah, if there's any
Gets your face squeaky clean. I also like playing with my eyebrows, you know, just a fun
Oh my
hobby
God.
of mine. So,
and then you start looking like this. Then I left the shower.
The Clarisonic.
Shower
Probably was
thought
sponsored.
anything that smells like coconut is my favorite thing.
I used the Caviar Moisture Shampoo and Conditioner. I got the liters off of Amazon.
Nivea Men.
Really soft.
Then I like to Q-tip my ears after a shower.
I'm gonna brush my hair and part
That's
it in
what
the middle
everyone
and just
does.
pull it all the way to the back. Just brush
Oh
it.
my God.
I would just sit there and soak up the sun and just take a little bit of time to be really calm and relaxed. And I actually like to think of things that I'm
This is
really
crazy,
grateful for.
actually.
Right?
Starting your day with a little bit of gratitude will only lead to having a much more happy and positive day.
The editing is top notch. What's that channel
Oh
called?
my God. Let me see.
That was good
It's called
editing.
Skinny. Shout out Skinny.
Love Skinny. That is so. It's just so funny because, like, no shade, obviously, those girls, but there's just no way they do that every morning. Like, draw on a whiteboard. I mean, maybe people do go to Pilates. I don't know. Maybe it's something everyone does. You should do a morning routine for yours. Please do one. Do one like that, like the aesthetic girls.
My morning routine is not aesthetic at all.
Yours is you do go to the gym. You clock in for work at Studio City. Like, you would be that would be such a good one for you.
It's not very aesthetic though. Like I usually when I go into work, like I wake up like at 4:30 and then I have like 10 minutes to get ready and then leave.
See, that's realistic. Do a realistic one then. Do a realistic one where you have 10 minutes. What are you making? Protein shakes in the morning? You love protein, don't you? You love
I
protein.
don't love protein.
Like energy drink.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
that you should totally do a morning
Oh my
routine. Just
God.
with your energy drinks.
That is so funny.
But that's like crazy. Like the way they like film those and stuff. I'm like, that looks like a full production. Like bright
Yeah.
lights, the bowl, everything is so aesthetic. I'm like, no one wakes up like that.
Waking up doing my bullet journal is nuts. And I use my color pencils to color.
For the cactuses and stuff. I mean, it's very beautiful. But again, back to the Nikki DeMar. It's like no one's doing that in the morning, especially these like teenage girls. It's crazy.
I know. It's like, again, so shocking that people believed it. I don't know. I totally missed out on this wave of YouTube. I guess
Really?
you were more my wave, the realness. To
I was
quote
doing
RuPaul.
it. You're watching my morning routines. No, if you go to my channel, like my most popular ones are like my nighttime routines. They have like 10 million views, and it's so funny. I thought I was crushing it. Like it never was to me. Like let me show you the real side of this. Like I'm like that is my. But can I tell you? I even added stuff in there, like making coffee in the morning. Never did that. You know what I mean? So I added stuff that I thought would make it aesthetic and cute. And meanwhile, they're like. So, I don't know. Nighttime routine, I remember adding so much. Like, oh, I take a bubble bath, I do this. You know what I mean? A realistic nighttime routine is like literally a makeup wipe and then like sitting on the couch. You know what I mean? So, it's so funny. That was good.
Too funny. Oh my God.
I miss those days. That's funny. Yeah, she came clean. She was like, yeah, those 24-hour overnight challenges, like, were not overnight. We just like didn't sleep the night before and like looked tired going in or something. It's
Yeah.
like, that's crazy.
The one thing that did gag me is that they had separate bedrooms, like filming bedrooms. I guess that was kind of interesting. Like,
right.
She had like her and Gabbie had literally their own bedrooms that they actually lived in, and then they would shoot in like a separate, almost like a studio. I guess
It was like their set house. I remember they said. Yeah, that's kind of gaggy. It makes sense, but it is kind of crazy. You just think like that's how they like live their life.
Yeah.
It also seems hard to like do 2 bedrooms, like, you know, decorate 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, and I guess they were like a month ahead, so like they would be doing Valentine's Day in January, you know,
That
like
makes
having that
sense.
video. So really like a full-blown production, like a show, because that's how shows would do it,
Right.
you know? So that is pretty wild. Also, what got me too was that she wanted to hire Alicia Marie to take photos of LA, so she would have photos to post on her Instagram.
That is crazy. That is so wild. So what does that mean? That like Alicia Marie would take these photos and she could
Of
only
like
use
palm
them?
trees, yeah. So
That's
she
so
could still
funny.
make it look like she lived in LA because she like was on the East Coast.
So weird. So odd. And it's like, why does palm trees like?
Anything that felt LA, basically.
Why did she like when she came out here just take a bunch of photos and
Honestly,
just like
and like bank them, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that kind of was probably be more efficient, I
because
would
they were
think.
coming
but
back and forth.
Yeah.
And I did miss that era. Like I didn't watch like the Alicias and the Nikki and Gabbies because I think I was like older. I just knew those were like popular videos. I don't know who I must have just seen people doing them, but I don't know. I just never watched them, so I didn't know what people were doing. I was like,
I think there was that whole motif. Like it was kind of because the girls that were in that compilation I'd never seen before.
Yeah,
but I feel
same.
like that's what everyone, all those lifestyle girls were
Yeah.
doing. So who was I watching at the time? I really don't remember. Like the lifestyle girls, I think I would watch like the Awesomeness TV group, like Claudia Salewski. Who else was? Oh, Lauren Elizabeth. Gen X Pen and Rebecca Black were in that group, but I don't think they did like the lifestyle vibe, you know? Yeah. Arden Rose. There was like a little group of them that I would watch, but I wasn't too into like. I would watch Alicia for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I loved her vlogs.
I watched Mac Barbie. I did watch her.
I do remember,
do you remember her.
Yeah,
Bethany Moda.
I loved Bethany.
I did love her. I thought everything she bought. I would like buy a candle she had at Lotion. Like I did think she was kind of a cool girl.
I guess she is even. I guess that first wave kind of right. It was like
she was huge.
Bethany Moda, like Ingrid Nilsson. I kind of think of them in the same.
I mean, Juicy Star and Blair were like the biggest.
Yeah.
Like they're the original, anyways.
Yes, Blair
and they were doing that.
Loved Blair and Elle. Oh my god, I remember at VidCon, I was leaving VidCon once and I like not hit. I like maybe tapped her Elle's husband or. Are they married? Alex Goots?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I tapped his car leaving VidCon, and I remember being so scared. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Alex Goots' car!" And I sped off. But there was no damage. No, there was no damage. I checked first, and there was nothing. But I was still so embarrassed that I left.
A little bump. Yeah, we get sometimes delivery like drivers will like bump our cars a little bit, and most be like, "Where'd this white scratch come from?" I'm like, I don't know. I guess someone probably just bumped it and didn't tell us, which I guess happens. I guess are you supposed to leave a note with a scratch? I guess I don't know.
I remember looking first because also it was in front of the hotel at VidCon, so like literally there was valet, there was a million people out. So I looked first, and there was nothing, but I was so embarrassed.
How did you know it was his car?
Because it was his like driver or whatever. So the front there was like a paper at the front that says his name, and it said Alex Goot.
What? Why do they have that?
I get to pick him up, I guess.
It
was like a driver.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's funny. They put the name like right there for everyone to see.
For everyone to stalk. Yeah, I think it was one of the early VidCons, so I don't think they had the security down.
How many did you go to?
Maybe 3. I did 2. I did one as Pratt. My last one was with like David Dobrik. That was 2019. I did as press, and then maybe like 2 with Strawberry and Joey. I want to say.
Oh wow! So you went to quite a few.
Yeah, I think 3 in total.
Did one happen this year?
Yes, but it was mostly. I think it was mostly TikTokers. No, Tara Yummy was on the poster. That's how I remember. Yeah, remember that one of the billboards was Tara, Jake, and Johnny together.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. They're like the only YouTubers who like get views. I feel anymore that doing like those basic videos in like a good way. Like
it's
you know,
like Tara's baking cookies, 5 million views. I'm like, work, mama.
Yeah, and Jake is like eating 7-Eleven, gets like 1 million. I mean, it's amazing, but like I feel like no one else could do that right now on YouTube.
Maybe like Sophia Nygaard. Her production is like
she
intense.
Puts effort. And,
the whole company.
Not that there's not effort, but they literally just sit there and like one thing and do it.
Like the big ones now. There's just such a production. Like there's a crew behind. Yeah. A lot of big YouTubers videos. Because who else is like a casual, like it's not many. I'm sure there's some that we just have never heard of. But yeah, a lot of gamers too.
Right, people want to see streamers or commentary channels. Like the Penguins as well to me that he's just like sitting there.
Yeah.
No lights, I'm always amazed by him. What's Penguins talking about? I should always look him up before Hot Topics. Is he talking about anything we care about?
That's a good question. Let's see. I know he was recently in the news because he bought a esports team with Ludwig.
What's esports?
It's like a sports team, but for video games.
Sounds all crazy. Like why would you buy that? That's not even real. It's just virtual.
There's like that XQC.
Scared me. I thought a guy was coming in and I heard the thing.
It's just penguins.
XQC. I know we talk about him all the time. I don't really know.
Usually like the big streamers were on some kind of like esports team, and that's how they ended up getting bigger or something. I don't know. What is he talking about? Chick-fil-A made a huge mistake. 2 million views.
2 million views on
18 hours ago.
I need to watch that. Like, what did they do? Why do you have 2 million views on that
This
video?
car chase was so good. 1.8 million views 2 days ago. Adults go to war over Pokemon cards. 1.4 million views a day ago. TikTok might get banned. 1.5 million views.
Wow.
Iconic weapons from movies and games. That's a little crazy. Stanley Cup thief police chase. 1.7 million views. I guess we gotta like react to police chases or something.
That's crazy. That's just like no one would watch. Our channel would tank. They'd be like, "What are we doing?" Just reacting to the most random people doing random
His
things.
thumbnails too, like they're not even of him. You know, like I spend literally at least an hour on the thumbnails here, and he just literally chooses whatever.
It's just like a still from the video.
Yes,
I love that. That's kind of
lame. Like 2 pixels. It is very coded.
I wish I could do that. And get 2 million views. That's amazing. Jake too. It's like, damn, they really do just. Oh, we should also clarify. Tana did not go on the Tarte trip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I thought she did. And she went, she had to evacuate to Vegas because of her fire. She did have to evacuate. Her house was in the fire zone.
Yeah, she posted her story last week that she wasn't sure what she was going to do. And then kind of went radio silent after that. And then responded to it on a TikTok that she didn't end up going, but she's going to talk about it on Canceled, I guess. So,
well, she also talked about it on Not Love Line today.
And it's coming out first. It's out now.
I know. It is hard. It is hard when you have like two podcasts. Normally we don't, but we hadn't seen each other in so long. So it's like, okay, we'll just like talk about it on the podcast. But it is hard when it's like you haven't seen someone for so long to like not talk about it. It feels weird to like just answer like relationship questions after like a traumatic like 2 weeks here in LA. So yeah, it was interesting because I was like, oh, so, but she does talk about it. So go there if you want to see it. Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess it's so crazy how like, I guess like leaving the country is like literally, it's almost as if like you're not in the world anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like it almost was like nothing existed to me.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
like I felt so isolated, like in a bubble. I guess probably how the people from Bridgerton feel. Like they probably feel like, you know, like not in the real world because they're like in 1800 England. You know what I mean? And like that's how we were. We were on the set for like 3 days. That's all we did. It was Christmas themed, so it was very like, I don't know, just like, and you're just so isolated, so it feels like the world like doesn't exist, like nothing's happening in the world, or you just feel so far removed. You're like, what did I miss? And it just feels like, you know, everything was so long ago. The Tarte trip, like all this stuff is just like in a different world. You know what I mean? And it was so weird. So like coming back into like the real world, I'm like, what did I miss?
Especially when you're so busy, like you're traveling, so you're not home, and then you're also just booked and busy. So then when you do get like downtime, it's like I just want to like chill out a little bit.
That was definitely it. Yeah, I would like FaceTime and then like jet lag, so then you just like want to sleep. And then I'm just like, I don't know what's happening in the world, but it didn't sound like I missed much because I was trying to catch up on Hot Topics. I'm like,
there really wasn't too much going on.
Yeah,
no.
I was like, what's happening? Just more Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Just stuff coming out all the time.
All the time.
Crazy.
And I'm just like,
are you over it? I love it. I want more of it.
Oh, I am over it, I think.
Are you?
Yeah, because it's just more... It's more like he said, she said kind of stuff. And I'm like, at this point, like if it's at court, like let's see what like witnesses have to say. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can say one thing and then he'll have like a different perspective over it. Like, no, this is what it was. But then there's no like real concrete evidence. Like obviously I read through all of like Justin's lawsuit, and again, people will say I'm biased towards women, whatever, I don't care. But like he said that he signed the sexual harassment document because Blake Lively was going to walk away. But I'm like, okay, there's no proof of that. Like you're saying that.
What did he sign?
So he did admit to signing that agreement of the sexual harassment. So to me, I'm like, if you sign that.
What is an agreement to sexual harassment?
Well, I'm wording it terribly, but basically it was that agreement he signed about the working conditions for Blake to resume filming again. So it was after Blake complained about the sexual harassment. And made like a list of what you can and cannot do. Like, do not show me a video of a naked woman. That initial like complaint that she filed.
Oh, he signed off.
He admitted in his paperwork from his lawsuit to signing that initial agreement. And then, but said that like he signed it, I guess, under duress or whatever, because Blake Lively threatened to leave the project altogether if he didn't sign it. Ooh. But there's no like proof of that. So that's why I'm like, I kind of need witnesses to be like, what actually happened on this set? You know what I mean? But
even if there's witnesses, it's just gonna be people that are Team Blake and Team Justin. You know, like no one will change anyone's mind ever. Like the people who love Blake love Blake, and who love Justin love Justin. Because I've seen it with even this, like stuff comes out with Blake, and then people are like, no, Team Justin, and then Justin has to fight back. I'm like, no, Team Blake. Like, you know, I just think like no matter what, there could be witnesses that would be like, I saw this happen, like, but that's not how it was meant to be, or that was taken out, or but she did this, or you know, there's always that.
Blake is powerful. So of course you're gonna say that, but I'm like, I don't know. She also doesn't have much cachet right now. Like,
what's cachet?
Like, she doesn't have much like value to her. Like her, if you have like a Blake Lively seal of approval right now, like I feel like that doesn't get you very far because I think people look at her so low after it ends with us that like if Blake Lively said, "I love Just Trish," I don't think it would do much for us. You know.
She comes on. If you want to come on, Blake Lively, you can. Well, she does have her dragons, and that's Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds.
Again, like,
do you think she said that?
The text, I feel like you can't doctor, especially if you're like submitting it.
Thank you, babe. Sponsored by Tums. These are so good. The berry
smoothie ones?
chewies. Yeah, they're so good. They help your acid reflux and tummy ache and heartburn.
Not
They're
sponsored,
so good.
but
Yeah. No, that was crazy.
that's why I didn't change my opinion on everything. Like, I already believed Blake to be like really cringy, and it just solidified that she does come across very cringy, but it didn't change my mind about some form of sexual harassment happening at some point.
Of course.
You know,
That's what I agree with too, because it's like, okay, all that stuff does prove that she's like a little batch. But also, like, if you sexually harass her, that's like a completely different thing than her just being cringy and asking Taylor Swift to like defend her.
Yeah, and I get everyone's points that are making. They're like, you know, they're kind of out. It's basically like countering every one of Blake's like claims of sexual harassment by saying it wasn't that necessarily. It was actually this, you know. But there's no like concrete proof of that. Like, the concrete proof that's in the lawsuit is all Blake looks cringy and she wanted to take away she wanted to claim the direction of the film and she didn't read the book. I'm like, y'all were hating the book literally last year, and now you're mad that she didn't read the book and he did, but y'all were literally saying the book was garbage. So like, what are you upset about, you know?
I mean, the proof in the basement was there, which is crazy. I mean, again, it doesn't negate sexual harassment, but it is crazy. I was like, wait, I don't understand. Like, why was he down there? Why did the ceilings have like tiles popped out? Like, why was it not in like another screen in the room? Yeah.
That is like, just put him somewhere else. I guess she was really just like, again, if he did something to piss off the whole cast and crew, because it's also not just Blake. Like, the allegations are also about the baby, the baby version of her, played by Isabella.
What's those allegations?
That he was creepy about when she did that sex scene where she lost her virginity.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's also in Blake's complaint. So
I mean, to be banished to a basement at your own premiere, I feel like something went down for you to just comply and be like, all right, I'm going in the basement to watch this.
and I get what he would if everyone's against you. It's like, damn, what do I have to
honestly,
do? But
do you even show up at that point? I think if everyone's against me and I'm like, you're going to go to the basement, I'll be like, you know what? I'll just say I'm sick. I'm tapping out on this one.
True. I don't think if I was him, I wouldn't have gone if everyone was against me. But I do get the resilience of still showing up. Like, I think he really did care about the movie, you know? So, and it's his production studio. But yeah, I don't know. And also again, I could go either way. Like, once the case comes out and like people actually come forward, but I just haven't seen anything to negate the sexual harassment. And also people are saying, well, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have so much money, but Justin Baldoni's production is backed by a billionaire, and the billionaire is backing his side of it, and literally said that he wants to bury Blake and Ryan. So it's not like Justin is like a complete underdog with no money.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's being backed by a billionaire.
But like, I think he'll like, his reputation definitely got the biggest hit, because I do think like Blake Lively could work again easily. I don't know, Justin Baldoni might not.
I think after Blake's complaint, I don't think so, because I mean, you can see with Johnny Depp, like, he won the Amber Heard trial, but it's still hard for him to get work right now. Obviously, Amber like left the country, so it was like similar in the sense that like neither Blake or Johnny are really working again. I don't know if Blake, even if she wins, it's like obviously so unfortunate, but and Ryan Reynolds for that matter, like Blake and Ryan have projects coming out this year, but how can you do the press campaign? I feel like everything, even if she wins, like you said, there's still going to be the people who will never believe her, which is unfortunate, but it's reality, you know? So
I would love to never see another Ryan Reynolds movie ever again. I don't think I've ever seen it. I saw some people on the plane watching like Deadpool, and I like, even though I was bored out of my mind for 11 hours, I'm like, I'd rather watch a Milli Vanilli movie than this Deadpool. It just looks so bad, even just like watching it on someone else's screen. I'm like, this all looks horrible. And yeah, I never liked Ryan Reynolds. That's my hot take. He does seem weird. He always has seemed weird, and yeah.
I don't hate him. I think he's, again, can be cringy, but I think Deadpool, he's really smart with marketing, because I think he turned Deadpool into a huge franchise and like kind of saved Marvel. I really liked it. I didn't love it. It's not like my favorite movie ever, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like I like X-Men though, so I'm like really biased. Like, I like Marvel and stuff, and I think he did a good job with it. I think he made it really popular because he knows how to market for sure. But I do think he's a little cringy.
They are cringe. And I'm going to say more Ryan Reynolds. I'd rather see Blake Lively movie than a Ryan Reynolds movie, to be honest. I'd rather watch Gossip Girl 20 times over than see, what's the one where he was like a waiter and spitting food? Do you remember that one? Was it called, maybe it was called Waiting.
I have no idea.
Oh my God. He was just like in a restaurant constantly spitting on people's food. I was like, this is weird. His early stuff was crazy. The National Lampoon, like all of those were just torrid.
The first movie I remember of his, I think, is maybe The Proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Oh, never saw it.
And what else did I see him in? I don't think I saw him in that much.
Just Friends, where he was like fat and then he like lost weight in it.
I remember there was there one where he was Abigail Breslin's dad? I honestly don't know.
That's wild. Where's Abigail Breslin? I like her.
Oh, she's around. She like came out to speak about Blake actually, because she had a similar experience. Like she reported sexual harassment on set, but she got fired for reporting it, and so that's why she kind of spoke out to like support Blake, because of her own like experience, and then no one believing her. So yeah, very unfortunate. But I don't know. Again, we'll see it.
Well, then he did counteract and say that she was the one that was wanting the kissing scenes too long, or did unwanted kissing or something like that.
Yeah, that's why, again, it's like very, like, he kind of went through and there was like a rebuttal for everything that Blake claimed in her complaint for like the sexual harassment. But again, there just wasn't like evidence of it where you can firmly say it didn't happen, I guess. Like, it's very he said, she said.
Because then he's like, do you not believe him then? Because he was saying like there was extra kisses and they usually rehearse that beforehand, and he was in Jane the Virgin, so he knows about the kissing, and he's like, she did extra, but I thought it was just part of the process. And I don't firmly, I can't like hear him say that didn't happen and then just believe him because of like the system that has worked against women for so long. And that's why I do like, I'd rather go out for the woman and then look a fool than like not believe him, just because the system has worked against women for so long. Like, look, literally Abigail Breslin being the proof. Like, she got fired for reporting sexual harassment like a year or 2 years ago. Like, it's recent. Yeah.
Even like look at the Me Too movement. Like, Harvey Weinstein was getting his way with all these actresses for years without anything, without him getting exposed. So it's just Hollywood has worked against women for so long that like I would rather put myself out there and believe a woman who is claiming this versus not. Like, if Blake ends up like, if all these people come forward and was like, that didn't happen, and Justin wins the case, then that's it. I would believe it, and then that's that. But I'd rather look a fool than.
But what about no one who's looked out for the guys? Like Demi Moore kissing a 15-year-old boy, and Justin Bieber getting groped by, pop stars and stuff like that. And like no one even says anything. No one even like bats an eye for them. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I do. So I guess similarly, like and we see with like the Menendez brothers back in the day, like people thought like men couldn't be victims. And I think that definitely is something too. But I think if Justin was claiming like the sexual harassment thing, that'd be one thing. But Blake claimed it. There's a document that was signed because of the claims. Yeah. So
tough. It's tough.
It is tough.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm willing.
But I think sexual harassment can work both ways. And when he was saying like she did extra kisses, and I was like, okay, well, what if that's true? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's obviously more power. I don't know. I do lean more towards Team Blake, because those counter stuff that he came with, it's like, okay, but like none of that equates to like sexual harassment. But then he did have those little things in there, and I'm like, well, maybe he felt uncomfortable too. I don't know how it goes, because he's like ultra religious. But it is all the stuff that comes out. It does become like it is like entertainment at this point, but it's like kind of sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes me sad more than anything. And people are not normal. There's a good chunk of people who are not normal about their opinions on the case too. Like it's so intense. Like for me, it's like, well, with the information I know now, this is my opinion, but it can change. Like, it's not a firm stance. But there are people that are so intense about it and are like, Oscar, you're biased, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you go to TikTok, you would know about the case. But I'm like, anywhere you get your news is biased. Each platform is biased either towards Blake or towards Ryan. Like, I get a lot of my information about the case on Twitter and Reddit, and those platforms are biased towards Blake. So a lot of people, like, when I talked about it the first time a couple weeks ago, there was a lawyer who like represents a lot of like sexual harassment victims and like broke it down from her perspective, right? Yeah. But then on TikTok and Instagram, it's very much pro Justin.
Yeah, I get all my information from TikTok. Yeah. Like, well, I see his side, It's like, I mean,
so the POV there is very much like, it can be, that's why there's lawyers, because you can argue the case both ways, So that's why until like witnesses and stuff speak out, then I feel like you can kind of.
I mean, there's people like watching and stuff. People have like video. There's like one video, and it's like her like pulling Justin in, and like she was like pulling him in, and he looks uncomfortable because like I don't know, he's like acting. I don't know what the scene is, but there's so much like footage of people like behind the scenes, like on the streets filming this.
Yeah, because they did film it in public. So
yeah, so I was like, how is like more people not seen this? But I guess if it goes to trial, then it becomes that. But
yeah, because I think there's got to be more in there,
Yeah.
And also, like, on TikTok, too, people like, I knew Taylor was just as bad as Blake. I'm like, all she said was, like, her friend's script was good.
Wait, do you think
she
that's
liked it.
real? That, like, he came into, like, their penthouse and, like, Taylor Swift was there and was like, I really think these changes need to be made. Or what did she say? She was like...
She just said that she liked it. Her Blake script of the rooftop scene or whatever. But I'm like, Justin, you also said that you liked it. So, like, why am I going to be mad at Taylor for agreeing? I think Blake is weird for being like... They're just like my dragons, like because that is kind of like intimidating, like the biggest pop star and like Ryan Reynolds. You kind of like.
So you think that happened? Like Taylor Swift was in the penthouse. Like I love this.
I think I could definitely see that happening.
That's
like her
so
just
weird.
being there and then Blake being. I feel like maybe the circumstances. This is just me like inferring based on reading it that maybe it was just like not like an official like film production meeting. It was like a casual like hangout. We'll talk about it. And then they are really close. Like Taylor is like basically like the godmother to like Blake and Ryan's kids and
That's
stuff.
Crazy
so
to me. Like you're just hanging out with Taylor Swift and then you just stop by and like love this script. Like it's like I guess she's a real person. But it's just so funny. Like I couldn't even imagine. And he said what that was like an intimidation like thing.
Basically, that he was like
I guess
intimidated into it, accepting Blake's changes, but he also said that it was good.
Yeah.
So
it is like silly. That's what I'm saying. Like some of the stuff gets like so silly, but that to me is like the entertainment part of it because it is like so cringe. You're just like, what? But I guess everything's
I know,
cringe.
because it's like that's why like all the evidence and stuff is her like wanting to hijack the film or whatever, which is weird. Like I agree with that's weird, but also. So I'm saying we're losing like the plot, which is like the point was like the harassment, right?
Yeah.
And everything else, her being cringy, her wanting to rewrite scenes, her wanting to take control of the production or whatever, and the wardrobe. I'm like, the movie would have been the movie regard. Like the movie was never going to be great.
Yeah.
We're losing the plot. The book was not good. The movie was never going to be an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't care.
The wardrobe conversation is always so funny too.
I'm like,
like we just let her dress in that.
So, like it is what I don't know. Did you harass her or not? Like, just let's keep it there. I don't need.
Well, I guess
180 pages of other stuff.
Wild. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. That's why I kind of am tapped out.
Or the harassment being like, did you show your wife giving birth, or did you show like what
exactly,
was it?
Yeah.
Also,
like,
why did you show your wife giving birth? Was it I guess for the scene? Is it for the scene?
Yeah.
It's not really. I don't know. It's
and like the breastfeeding stuff too. Like literally, it's like no, like the evidence back and forth. It was like, well, she invited us into her trailer all the time where she was just hanging out and breastfeeding and her boob was out, and then they keep showing the one text, oh, I'm pumping, but yeah, you can come in.
Right.
Pumping and breastfeeding very different. So like, why is the only evidence just that one text saying I'm pumping, you can come in? Why is there nothing else like, oh, I'm breastfeeding right now,
Right.
So because you can pump and still be covered as far as I know, right?
I'm not a pumper, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Pumping sounds a lot. I don't know. Breastfeeding is such a hot topic for people. I don't know. People are like, well, I don't know anything about that.
Because I've seen him with my like nephews and stuff when he was like an infant and like been in the living room when my sister-in-law would be pumping or whatever, and she's like fully covered, so
right.
It could probably be that's what I would think would be Blake's situation.
But what was the argument to begin with? Like
that he and the other producer would just walk into Blake's trailer when she was in different forms of like undress.
But who was like? Was she saying that was harassment, or he's saying like it was totally fine? This is what we always did.
That Blake is claiming that as part of the
she
harassment.
Was uncomfortable with that.
Yeah,
and he's saying she said it's fine, come in.
Yeah.
Oh,
but the only text that says come in is like, oh, I'm pumping, but you can come in. So that's what I'm saying.
That's so all of it's hard.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I just kind of need more.
I think we'll just never know. I think it's just never going to be full truth to anything. Like I think like you said, like there could be like witnesses, but like people still won't like believe whatever. Yeah. I mean, even like you said, like denying Amber Heard. I mean, there was tapes and people still were like, well, no, and this, and well, it's this. It was defense. It was, well, they started it. They were drinking, whatever. There's always defense for it.
I think a lot of people are going to have their opinions either way and won't be swayed no matter what.
You think it'll settle?
I don't know. I really don't know because it is such an insane amount of money. I think what he's suing her for $400 million, a crazy number. I think because the money, in my opinion, almost seems more symbolic than anything. Like, it's the most outrageous numbers to get like the headlines. But I think what is really at stake is some kind of reputation. Again, will either of them be working as much? I don't think so. But I think to at least be declared a winner and the court of public opinion is like what really is at stake and like the most valuable
it's
thing.
just a huge PR war between two big egos, and it's a lose-lose situation, and mainly our loss because we have to
deal with
hear about
I'm
it.
here for it. I'm here, but except for the sad parts. But I kind of like the entertainment of it, the dragons, all of that. I'm like, it's kind of cool.
I like the PR, like I guess like in the PR war too, because it's like not only Justin suing, Blake, but it's also like the publicists are going at it, which is so insane.
New York Times.
Yeah,
it's for people who have like mundane lives like us that I'm like I get kind of invested because it's not me. If it was me, I'm like that sucks. But if it's like I have nothing else
Also,
going on. So
people that are that like celebrities or people that are way up there, whether they're really wealthy or really famous, they live in a different reality, and in that reality, they do like have the dragons and things. Like, there's nothing. It sucks that he's trying to shame her for speaking in a way that's so like, I don't know, poetic or spiritual or whatever. Like, there's nothing to it. There's nothing wrong about it.
Well,
and there's these people are powerful. Like, if you think about Taylor Swift as a dragon, she can go and move billions of dollars and billions of, like, she can do whatever she wants. She has power. So it's like they live in a different world, and for us to chime into those text messages, it's not for us, and it's not our world.
I love the defense of Blake Lively, though. That's kind of everything. But
and I'm not on her side. I think she's wrong, but I wouldn't shame her. No, but I wouldn't shame her about that. Like, they live in that world, and it's fine.
I think because it's so like silly to us. Like, it's just like not a real. Like, to us, it's not reality. Like, that's so crazy to
right,
be,
but they detach themselves from reality with the fame and fortune, and that's the world they live in. It's fine.
Taylor Swift. Was she referring to Ryan and Taylor, or is that just in?
That's the two dragons.
Yeah.
Who, like, confirmed?
Well, when you follow the conversation, that's what it alludes to.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna refer to you as you and Malibu and Elvis are my dragons.
I love it.
You're the dragon, and Elvis is dragon. I'm the snake.
True. But mother of dragons over here.
Malibu is the tiger.
Because I love how she phrased it too. It was just very much like.
Have you seen the show Game of Thrones? I'm like, girl, come on.
If you ever get around to watching it.
No, but she's telling him like, join our team. We're a powerful team. We'll be on your side.
That's
what she said.
propositioning him.
Yeah.
You could also benefit from this. So
it's so corny.
I would join it.
Very, very corny. That's why I do get the entertainment factor too. I don't know. It's just the sexual harassment. I'm like, damn, like what actually is the tea? And I just, it'll be a long time before any of that really comes out, I guess. But it's.
I mean, Brittany also said she was uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni hugging her. So I'm Team Brittany. I'll believe her.
And then the video of Justin at the airport. And he was like all smiling and stuff with the paparazzi. I'm like, this also kind of makes me uncomfortable. Everyone kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to see. There's paparazzi of like Ryan Reynolds walking down the street. He was just looking serious, but I'm like, I don't even want to see that.
Well, at least he looked serious. Yeah, Justin went the other route. He's just like, hey.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he at LAX? I could have seen him. Maybe I was there that same day.
I think he was at LAX.
Really?
It looked like it.
There is always like paparazzi out there. I always think I'm going to see like a celebrity. There was a celebrity in front of me, but I couldn't recognize who it was. It looked like maybe Dakota Johnson or Anne Hathaway because like the flight attendants were taking pictures with her. So I was like,
really?
Yeah, like, this must be like a big deal because right before we landed and I was like trying to hear her voice and I was like brushing my hair. So I set up like my camera so I could like look at myself brush so I could see the brush. And I was trying to get her, but like it didn't come through. But she just had like bangs, So I was like, I wonder who it was.
Dakota Johnson was on vacation.
Oh, maybe it was her.
Maybe it was her.
Because she was very like petite and she had the bangs, and I was like, that's. And she was right in front of me, so she was watching Deadpool and she was like sleeping most of the flight. And I was
maybe
like,
not Dakota Johnson. I could not imagine Dakota Johnson watching.
Well, maybe she was sleeping. Whoever was watching Deadpool fell asleep because I saw them.
Surprised when people watch on airplanes. Look at what she watched.
That's true. Yeah. No, that Blink Twice was crazy. They wouldn't let me watch it on the way to the UK, but they let me watch it back. Like the movie was like blocked or something, and then on the way back they let me watch it, and I was like, oh, okay.
She was in India with Chris Martin.
Well, maybe she did like a layover.
It could make sense. Yeah, it is probable. Yeah, because she was photographed there on the 18th, so it's possible.
Oh, yeah, maybe she was on my flight. I didn't know. I was gonna sneak a picture. I'm like, that's weird. Let me not do that. But I wanted to like see if you knew because I was like, Oscar probably could identify her.
Yeah, that is either would be Gaga. I love Anne Hathaway as well.
I know, I thought of you for her too. She's not going to be playing Mother Gothel. They said J-Lo's going to be playing Mother Gothel in the... Is that real?
I think she liked a post saying J-Lo from Mother Gothel.
Really?
Yeah, like the live action.
I would love that.
That would be nuts.
That would be... You know what I thought was fake news this morning and it was real, and I love that it was real? Addison Rae on the cover of Rolling Stone.
I thought it was fake too. I had to double check. I was like, who tweeted this? And it was the proper Pop Crave. I was like, wow.
That's crazy. The cover of Rolling Stone is actually insane. I guess she has a new album coming out this year. What is it, A1? Is it
Love.
A1?
I think that's what they... Is that the official name? Or I think... Because they call, like, you know, the albums... I guess your gay one would be like TP, what, 8, 9?
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, like Addison Rae.
Yes.
Oh, she's the AR1. Oh,
I thought it was A1 the sauce.
I love A1 sauce. That sounds so good. Yeah, so I have TP8. I wonder what number album mine is going to be.
I know. I was going to say, I kind of lose track of how many...
We'll have to look it up. I don't know.
I did think of before we get back to Addison, I can't forget. I did have a line for a song for you, for like one of your gay songs.
Let's hear it.
Moses is making bolognese. Gonna eat it with my gaze. That's all I have.
That's good. How did you think of that? When did you think of that? Are you just like in the morning, at night? Like, when did you think of that lyric?
What rhymes with gays?
I love it. Bolognese and gays is such a good one. That sounds like a RuPaul song too, like for my talent show. How did you think of that? Where were you?
This is the most like on brand thing ever. I was watching, you know, my friend Jen Expand, her stream, and she was trolling by not knowing how to pronounce bolognese. And then I was like bolognese, and then she kept saying things that rhyme with bolognese, and I was like, gays.
Did you chime in?
No.
Did anyone say that?
Probably. I'm sure a lot of people did. Because it kind of sounds like bowl of gays. Is what I was thinking.
That's a good name for a song too. A bowl of gays.
Because she was pronouncing it all these different ways, like bolognese.
Bologna.
Yes.
Yeah, it is an interesting word.
So then I thought of bowl of gays.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, oh, that could be a Trisha song.
Okay. Done. Done and done. That's a good line. I love that you just like thought of that during the Gen X Pen live stream. Was that a nighttime stream or daytime?
I think she was streaming at night, but I was watching it like the replay in the morning.
Doing what?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
Probably like cleaning or something.
Oh, so you don't just ever like sit and watch?
No, I'm like doing something, but I need something long in the background while I'm doing a task, because otherwise I can't do a task.
Moses listens to our podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, he always like is listening to Just Trish. I'm like,
Love
I
that.
hate it. When, like, especially when we'd be in the car, like we drove up to Vegas, and I'm like, because he would think I'm sleeping, but I'm like, I still hear my voice. Like I
can't watch it back. I used to be able to watch it back, but when I edited it, because I knew what I was gonna say, but now that I don't know what I'm gonna say with Jimmy editing, I don't want to watch.
Yeah. You're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I'm the same way. I don't like hearing it back.
I guess say hi to everyone in the chat. We have a great community.
Yeah, but sometimes you're just like randomly doing stuff, listening to it. I was like, that's so random. Love
Also
that.
monitoring quality things, sometimes.
Quality check. Jimmy, watch out. Mo's going to look for that sound glitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's an audio glitch or it's suddenly a blackout.
That's so funny. Well, we love that you love the show.
And I want to see what Jimmy adds to the show.
That's true. You never know.
Yeah, the edits are so good. We love you, Jimmy. I gave him footage at like 10 o'clock last night, and he had it done by like 1 in the morning.
I know. I was
like,
playing with him when the footage got delivered. He's like, oh, I have to go now. I just got the cards. I was like, okay.
I felt so bad. I was like, I am so sorry. I'm like, just get it done whenever. You don't have to be on time. And then I get a text like 1:52. He's like, it's done. I was like, that was fast. Love you, Jimmy. Whatsies, putsies.
But yeah, with Addison, I guess back to Addison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cover I thought was like a fan-made cover or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, an official Rolling Stone cover. I'm excited to see what she does.
It was like all pink on pink steps. And
yeah, and blonde.
Yeah.
Now.
I love her. I'm so happy, actually. Like, she does seem like she's going to be like a big, I think this will be her year, like blow up year for sure. AR1 is going to be.
Yeah, especially like her group of friends now. Like, she's working with Charlie XCX.
Oh my God.
Did you see there was a video? I think it was when Addison did her remix of VONN Dutch with Charlie. Like, it was Charlie like playing it for Addison. And Addison was like so casual on the couch sitting next to Charlie XCX, being like, love that. That's so cute. And I was like, ugh, love these girls.
I know. I love that too. I need a bestie like that. I need to find, who would my bestie be? I don't know. No one's old like me. Everyone's so young. It'd be unnatural for me to be like next to Sabrina Carpenter being like, love that. I don't know who I would be. Who's like a middle-aged pop star that I could be friends with?
Maybe like Avril Lavigne.
Love. She checked on Heidi and Spencer. I love that. She showed up to their house and was like, how you guys doing?
That's so cute.
Yeah, she seems really nice.
Yeah,
I
she
love
does
her.
seem nice. I love even like Mandy Moore is
with
staying
Hilary
with
Duff.
Hilary Duff right now.
That's
after the fire.
everything.
Yeah, I love that friendship. Love both Mandy and Hilary.
No, that'd be so cool to be friends with someone like that's fun. I don't have any friends.
I guess I'm still manifesting me and Sydney Sweeney. I feel like
That's a big one.
it is big. Yeah,
thing
I keep throwing it out there. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Why
we'll meet
not?
at the Met Gala this year.
I always comment on Sydney's like Instagram, and I still get I commented on one like months ago, and I still get likes on it.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause
You had
I'd be
comments?
hyping her up on her Instagram posts.
What do you say?
Well, there was one where she posted about being like body shamed or whatever. Like she did a montage of like all these mean comments, and then showed her in the gym, and I was like. Oh, the fact that we are living at the same time as Sydney Sweeney getting body shamed, we are so cooked. Crying emoji. And
That's so Gen Z of you.
And then she's in this new movie called The Housemaid or The Maid, and it's a book. And I read that book, and I liked the book.
And she's the star.
She's a star and producer with Amanda Seyfried.
I love her too. Is it out?
It's just being filmed right now, but when she posts little updates, I always comment supporting.
I love the hype on Instagram.
I'm here, Sydney, if you ever need a good gay. I feel like every girl needs a good hype gay.
Yeah. Well,
and I will hype you up.
I feel like you're not going to hype me up anymore if you're going to be with Sydney Sweeney. She's going to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I'll be like, wait, I thought you're my hype. You're trying to apply for other people. All right. I see how it is. I'm looking for a hype gay to be here if anybody wants to fill in.
I'm good at hyping up all the girlies,
You are very good.
Yeah, I have
you
a lot
are the
of
ultimate hype
clients.
because you laugh. You're smart. You can help with guide the direction too. You have the taste. You know what the people want.
The PR degree.
Yeah. No, it is actually really. You are very smart. Because some people have like the sass, but not the the media training. And then there's some people are really smart, but they're like boring.
Well, you're my hype girl then. Every gay needs a hype girl. Every girl needs a hype gay.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'm like #1 fan of the vlogs. I'm always like, where's the next one? Do you have one planned coming up?
I want to do a video where I rank YouTubers' apologies because I feel like that'd be kind of funny.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ranking YouTuber apologies. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have to make a little tier list or something.
Who's number one? Are you not
The
giving
best
away?
one? I don't even know yet. I'm trying to think of the worst ones.
I was gonna say, how do you rank it? Do you rank it best of the worst?
Because there's been a pattern, and it seems like nobody outdid COLLEEN. So she claimed that.
That was on Twitter. There was a tweet that was like, what was it?
Something about how she came out with the ukulele and And
it's like, what was it? It was such a good
It was
tweet.
something that every few months or a year.
But no one topped this. They're like,
since then, there's not been one.
I mean, like, it's a traumatic event, but also so camp to do a ukulele apology. You know what I mean? She's awful and horrible and like should not be like celebrated as like a master artist, but it was pretty. The thumbnail alone just not a groomer, just a loser.
Just a loser. That was
crazy.
Toxic gossip train.
Catchy.
That was something.
That was crazy. I think it's like I just disassociated during that time. Like I really did like black out so much of it. So it's like I don't even. I remember we were driving back to pick up my mom from the airport in Marina Del Rey, and I just was like, I was just like shaking and just like I was so confused, and it just was like so much to process because I think I was still talking to her at the time.
Yeah,
I think she said,
yeah.
I think she sent it to me, and I was like, I can't watch. Like I don't know what this is.
No, she didn't even say anything. It was just like,
here's the video.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, I was like, what do I say? And I didn't. I just. Whew. And then she like wouldn't leave me alone, and she was like blowing up my phone, and I was just like, girl, oh my yes.
I don't know. One day our kids will be in the club, and this will be like there'll be a trance or dance version of that song.
Oh my god, it was very traumatic.
It will be that kind of thing.
Yeah, like a remix to it.
I wonder which is more trauma because I was talking about this on Not Love Line today too. It's like when we talk about David Dobrik and how like it came back and gave me like literally like anxiety. Like I started like shaking, and I was like, I don't know which one is more traumatic. I guess because the COLLEEN one is like more fresh and that was like, shocking. But David, I was in it for such a long haul. You know what I mean? It was like a year long of, I guess, like not knowing the psychological abuse of it all and just like afterwards coming out of it and being like, what just happened? It was like a shell shock. So
also you were, it's an odd one because you were in a relationship with the whole group. You know what I mean? Like the person you're in a relationship with is the whole group too. So it's
right. But the COLLEEN one was so shocking because it was such a whirlwind. It's like we started like 3 episodes and she hyped me up so much. And it was just like, I love your body. I could never see one wrong thing about it. And to sing all those, it's just like it's such a shock. It's just it's so wild. But
yeah, that was a shock.
The gaslighting, all of it was just, okay. See, I start getting a little PTSD. I know people are like, don't use that term lightly, but I'm not. Like, I start like kind of like shaking about it.
No,
like,
it makes sense though too, because it's also like in the era of like she had a baby, you had a baby. It's like in the era of like you coming out the other side, you know, like you did all this work on yourself. You're like finally on the right path, and then all this happens. So you're like more present during the COLLEEN stuff because you're more like in your mind,
right?
Versus like all the David stuff. You were like, that was a crazy time for you already.
Crazy,
yeah, with substance and mental illness.
Yeah, just out of my mind. And this one, I'm so insane mind, and I'm so like at peace, and I'm just like, what do I do? It's like a spiral, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle this. And it's like, it was a lot.
Yeah, to be involved and also just be fully aware is like
yes. There is something about being unaware. Actually, that was the plot of Blink Twice. He's like, forgetting is a great gift. Yeah. Not in the case of that movie, but it did make sense because she couldn't remember her traumas, and he's like, that's like a gift. And I was like, honestly, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I wish everyone well. Just far away from me. This is why I don't have friendships, and I tell everyone right away, like, I don't want friends. Like, do not try to be my friend. I don't want any of it. Just stay isolated forever. The toxic gossip train. Catchy. Sing an apology. You look cool today in your Converse. You look like West Side Story today.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah. The black pants with the white socks giving Michael Jackson.
Oh, I was going to think Mike Feist. Is he in West Side Story?
Yeah. I love Mike Feist. I can't wait to see the nominees. When the Oscar nominees come out?
They keep getting delayed.
Why?
Because of fires. So they kept pushing back the voting period. I think this coming week. It was supposed to be on yesterday, I think Sunday, initially, and then they keep pushing it back.
I can't believe like Cynthia Erivo will like not win the Oscar. Like that's actually so crazy because that's like the biggest movie, and she's so good and so talented and doing so much like stunts and singing, and like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think there is talk. I don't know how valid this is, but like the industry, quote unquote, is saying that like now after the fires, people are more likely to vote for Wicked for the awards because they want some kind of like positivity. Because I think a lot of other movies are very dark. So now Wicked's chances are increasing.
Interesting.
Yeah. And also, I guess there was some AI used in The Brutalist and in Emilia Perez, which is like a lot of the creatives are upset about AI being used.
Not shiz. That was built from the ground up. Look at the behind the scenes of it.
There you go. Yeah.
That is crazy. It just like didn't win anything at that. What was it? Golden Globes.
Yeah.
It's like so weird to me. Like Demi Moore is probably a great actress, and all of them. Selena Gomez is a great actress, but like she did everything. She was like stunt woman, singing, upside down, like acting.
But Demi Moore was in that makeup chair for like 9 hours or something, she said, which is crazy. Margaret Qualley said she had acne for a year because of the prosthetics that they put on her. They suffer from
Give her an Oscar. Give her an Oscar then. No, I mean, yeah, that's true. But Cynthia also had to be in that green paint.
That's
and
true.
She also
She
had
had
transformation.
the little ear. She got those ears, like fake ears and everything.
She had to do a lot too. So
yeah.
Anyways, I hope everybody wins. I hope everybody's a winner at the Oscars, and Oscar will be at the Oscars.
Well, no, but
Harry Daniels will be at the Oscars.
Probably, yeah.
Harry Daniels was so sad TikTok was gone. He was like no longer talking, and he used my meme. And I was period.
But it's you know who else was really upset though is James Charles. Did you see him crashing out over?
Well, he hacked it. It was way back in, right? How did he do that? He set the VPN. Was it Cardi B who did that too? She's like, I cracked a code on how to get a VPN in Hawaii or something like that.
It was very odd. So yeah, as soon as TikTok went down, James's alts or like burner account was like revealed, and he like already got 500,000 followers like very quickly after like posting his first TikTok from there. And he was like hiding under the covers and whispering as if like the FBI was like at his door or something. There was a campness to it. I did giggle. I hate to say it.
I know. James was kind of entertaining.
Funny. Yeah. But there's, I think, two theories. I think what's most reported right now is that he had someone in the UK post it for him, like make the account and post it for him.
Oh, that's funny.
Which
that's
makes
cool.
the most sense.
Yeah. That's so smart. I should have done that.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm still here.
You had all your UK contacts.
I should have stayed in the UK and kept posting. That would have been so. Yeah, I was a day before.
And then there's like the other theory that like you could use a VPN, but the account has to be made in one of the countries where it's legal, like if it's made in the UK, and then it has to have like a number associated with the account.
Oh my gosh.
And then you could use it here with the VPN, but it has to be made at the country. Like
so like they set it up over there and then send it to you.
Yeah.
That's
Like
smart.
some people, there's someone I follow who like is Canadian and like lives in America, but like made his TikTok in Canada. So he still had access to it because he could VPN from Canada.
Oh, that's so
Because it
smart.
depends where it's made.
The hacks are so smart. Oh my gosh. But then do you like just see, you don't see, obviously there's no American influencers. So then you're
Yeah,
just
so
like,
it's a lot quiet. That's what everyone like, all the non-Americans are like, wow, it's so quiet here now.
like, what do you even watch over and like, because people in the UK were telling me their whole timeline is Americans, which is so odd because we were always talking like we never see people in foreign countries. So I always thought they just gave us like United States people because we're the United States, but we never see people in like Germany or anything.
That's true. I wonder what like the ratio of like users in each country is, because here is like 170 million Americans use TikTok or something.
Crazy.
So yeah,
how many Americans live in America?
That's a good question. Let me see.
1 billion? 3 billion? Because you know McDonald's always has like serving 3.4 billion. It's like is that how many people's in America?
334.9 million.
334 million. So why does McDonald's say they serve 3.4 billion?
Because they're around the world.
Well, it's not good other places, so I don't know why they're serving that many. Wow, that's crazy. Good for you, McDonald's. Do you think the person who like founded McDonald's, do they get all the money?
They must, right? Like even if different like franchises are made,
They get all the franchise money?
I would think, right? Or not all of it, but like a good chunk, because it's
Right,
like
like
their creation, I would think.
Did you ever watch the movie about the guy who's driving McDonald's? Ray?
Supersize Me? Oh, you made it?
it.
I thought you said ate it. What
No,
did you
made it.
No, I didn't.
It has Michael Keaton. I forget his name. What was it? Roy Founder? Was that his name? I don't know. Roy something.
Not good with names.
Okay. He started McDonald's. It's pretty crazy. I was like, that's pretty impressive. He believed in the 25-cent burger. Not 25 cents anymore.
But isn't it crazy that there's like, I heard this. I don't know like how science, maybe Moses will know, but like, isn't there like a specific combination of like the salts or like whatever fatty thing that they make, they put in the fast food that makes it addictive? Isn't that like a big part of it?
I think that's why you didn't like it in the UK.
There's not enough.
Yeah, because I remember
fakeness.
even in and out when you were pregnant, I always look up things, and there's like 27 chemicals in like one.
Oh my God, why did you look that up? I'm eating it every day.
And you're like, okay, there's a reason
That was wild.
It tastes like so, good at the moment. Or
Why would you look that up? That's so weird. While I was eating it, you're like, well, let me see how many chemicals she's eating. Like, I'm eating it, so
Well,
what
I
does
guess
it
you're
matter?
pregnant, so it makes sense why
when you were pregnant. It was
But
like,
you never said anything to me. You never were like, you're eating 27 chemicals a day. And I was like, okay.
no, anything.
He's like, what? It's
Anything,
no for me. I didn't tell you.
If you ate it 3 times a day every day, but no, anything excessive. But you don't do anything excessively.
You've been making me the Kraft mac and cheese. I'm surprised you make me that. Because
Because
someone
again, if
told
you
us
have
that
it
it's like,
once a month, it's not a big deal.
someone told us it was like toxic, the powdered cheese. And
Really?
Yeah, someone said it was like not good for you.
I guess it makes sense thinking about like, it is powdered cheese that's out all the time.
It's
so
good.
it is so
It's
good.
my favorite thing at the moment, Kraft mac and cheese.
It's good. I haven't had it in so long, but
Really?
love. Yeah.
She has the spirals.
Yeah. You know the spirals. Rickman's not as good. Make it in a pot. That's a wop. That's a wop. Do you remember that TikTok sound?
I do recall that.
It's so good. Man, I do love a mac and cheese. What are we trying for our next picture? The Cheesecake Factory? Or what we're going to do?
Oh, yeah. We keep saying Cheesecake Factory. Yeah.
They have a lot of Valentine's Day stuff out too now. Like
Ooh.
Chick-fil-A has the heart-shaped and the pizzas are heart-shaped places.
Oh, I love heart-shaped anything.
Me too. But when is Valentine's Day? Oh, for the 14th.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Quickly.
Too quickly. No gifts this year because I can never think of anything for Moses, so we are not doing gifts. No gifts at all.
Not even like a little boob basket situation.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Then he has to leave the house for like an hour, and I'm just like, don't leave the house. He leaves for long. When you go do an errand, you're gone for like 5 hours, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, you do a lot. Like, you'll do all your errands
First of
at
all,
once,
it's
right?
rare.
Yeah.
It's rare they'll be out for 5 hours.
You are.
That's
then
rare.
you're doing canned fish review. I'm just like, I don't know where he's at. Because he'll be like, oh, I'm going to the store. But then it's like 3 hours later, and then I see TikToks, and I'm just like, okay.
Darian wants to be a TikToker too now. Yeah.
What's he going to do?
What's funny though is he ordered like one of those cases that sticks to a mirror, and this was like when the date for TikTok getting banned was like set, and I was like, he bought it like 2 days before the ban, and I was like,
I'm starting.
You know the ban is starting on Sunday, right? He's like, it's getting banned. Like he had no idea for some reason. I don't know
so
how. It lives under a rock somehow, but and then he did get banned, and he was kind of sad about it. But it's funny though, because he was watching back our like video, and he's like, he thought his energy was out of 10. Like he thought he was giving.
Really?
Yes.
Did you know it was low?
I knew it was he has like a presenting voice, like when he's being perceived. He talks very slow and monotone, and I've made fun of him for this since like we started dating, because I remember we were like, he came to visit once, and he had like an online, he had like a work Zoom call or something, and his voice was like, hello, my name is Darian. Like it was so different.
And how is it normally?
He taught like inflections, like up and down. It's like a little gayer, I guess, but his presenting voice is like more like monotone deep.
Okay.
And then I could tell he has some jokes in there, but he was just saying them so like low and monotone.
Did you like it? Or do you think he's funny on camera?
I think he's funny in real life, but like
that's what I always say about Moses.
He is so Moses.
That's so funny because I mean, and people do think Moses is funny, which I love. I love that. Like we love Moses' jokes. I love it. Great, but it is funny because to me, I think you're different too. Like I think you're cute no matter what. But I think in real life you're so funny. And then like on camera, I mean, you're great on the podcast. But I'm just saying in general, I can never film together because I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, it's like different.
There is an evolution to it. Like it will take him time to evolve to understand what it means to be on camera. Because like when we started just making event like eating in the car, I wasn't thinking about I'm a participant in a video. I'm eating right now. So she would drive the whole conversation. I wouldn't even ask anything back. Or like I wouldn't think about it. Oh, we need to spark a conversation here.
Every comment's like they have zero chemistry. He hates her, not into her. Like it's
he looked like Darian looked like I held him at gunpoint to record.
I was gonna say a hostage situation.
I knew as I was editing this, I was like, people are gonna watch this and think meanwhile it was his idea. I was like, damn. So funny. I'm like, I know exactly what people are gonna think. He just looks so serious, and I'm like, people are literally gonna think I have like a gun behind his back to film this. But
that happens. Where you're like, someone's like, that's not on camera. Yeah.
But he said the same thing.
He has to see it. He has to be aware of himself. He has to like even seeing yourself in 3D in video is different.
Yeah.
Because when you look at yourself in your mirror, you always look at yourself at the same angle. So you're actually not even aware of what you really look like until you see yourself on video.
Yeah, that's what he says. Like, you and Trisha have years of media training. Like, this is new for me.
Media training.
PR training.
I love media training. No, I mean, it's hard. Even when I'm in other people's videos, I feel like I'm like awkward and weird because it is just a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, he did good, I thought. That was cute.
And then Oscar Crave made him like a little fan cam, so that hyped him up to get ready with me TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did he post his first TikTok?
Not yet. He said he's gonna try on. He hasn't left the house yet because his school has been home because of the fires because it's in use.
Yikes, that's sad.
So I think on Tuesday is the first time he's going out. So I think Tuesday is when he is hoping to film it. But he's also very much a perfectionist, so I don't know how that's gonna go for him.
What's his sign?
He's a Taurus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Taurus perfectionists, not me. I'm like the most opposite of perfectionist. I like one and done. Whatever comes out, comes out. Like I hate when people are perfectionists. Oh, we gotta do this. Oh, it's gotta be this. And it's like, no, I'm done. Just stop everything. Like, yeah.
He's interesting too because I consider myself somewhat of a perfectionist when it comes to like work stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But for him, it's like he can't even like go to the gym if his hair's not done, and I'm like, I cannot live like that. Yeah,
I respect people like that though. Like people who do want to always look so good. I'm like, I do respect it. Could never be
me either.
Could never be me.
He says
but if his content is about aesthetics, then
that's true. Good point.
He's a beauty guru. He's a morning routine.
He says the underclassmen or whatever they're called in college, I don't know, like the non-grad school people, he has a reputation. They all think he's stylish. He says
he is stylish.
He said someone told him, like one of his classmates told him that, like, oh, all the undergrad people think that you're really stylish. And now he's like really feeling it. Y'all be hyping him up a little too much, but
no, he is. He had cool. I remember exactly what he was wearing at the show. He had the white like fitted muscle tank, and then he had the pink slacks with like white boots.
Yeah,
and I did think that was a pretty slay outfit.
Yeah, but he has the tiny privilege though too. So I'm like, damn, he. Not this becoming like a relationship podcast, but it was so. I think you'll have a similar reaction to me. He was like, we were walking by the mall and he was like, randomly disrespect by Khloe Kardashian's opening Good American in the mall. And he was like, oh, maybe they'll finally have my size. He's like, everyone wants to be like about size inclusivity. But what about the small people? I was like, oh my God. He's like, the bigger people always get the representation. But what about, I was like, you need to walk that back.
Oh my God. Did you tell him that too? That is very Moses coded. He'll say things so out of pocket. And I'm like,
never about that though.
No, not about size, but some crazy stuff. I'm like, don't say that on the podcast. What are you talking about? Like, because you're also like unaware sometimes of things. I'm like, no, that's not. I mean, you're very smart, but there are some things where I'm just like, no.
I say it to rile her up because I know.
That's not true. No, there are so many times I point something out. You're like, okay, I didn't think about it like that.
God. Yeah. It killed me because I think where were we? I think he was at Zara or something and couldn't find his size in pants or whatever because he has his big struggle. The cross that he carries is that his waist is too small.
That's wild.
So
what is he? 30?
I think he's a 28 maybe, or like a 29.
Yeah, that is wild. I just think every man is a 34. Like everyone I met is a 34, and they're all like different sizes. Like how's everybody a 34? That is crazy, but that's amazing.
Yes, it is insane how like small he is. But I'm like just shop in like the junior section then I guess, but he refuses. So
well, that's wild to be in the junior section. He's gonna wear an Iron Man shirt or what?
Well, like in pants or whatever, you know, because he can't find his size in pants usually. But
oh man,
that is his plight.
That's
but
his
it was
TikTok.
So funny when he said that. It was like,
what about the size people? He gets canceled in his first TikTok out. Like,
the apology video incoming. Yeah.
And then you have to recreate the thumbnail. That's so funny. Darian, we love you. I love that he's a Taurus. When's his birthday?
April 23rd. Yeah, April 23rd.
It's 4 days before Jonathan Bailey's birthday. We
good
love
company.
Taurus energy. Yeah, I do love a good Taurus. That's for sure. Yeah,
I thought of you actually because there was a new documentary on Max about the STAUFFERs, the ones who adopted and then rehomed.
Did you watch it? I haven't watched it.
Yes, it's 3 episodes. Only the first episode is out so far of the documentary.
You should tell me. I would watch these things. Like whatever you watch, I'll watch so I can talk about it too.
I'm waiting. The first one, I watched it this morning actually because I read an article about it. I was like, let me see what they actually say. So the first episode, no one get too hyped yet because I think eventually they interview the family that adopted their kid. But this first one is all very much the setup of like who they are, who the STAUFFERs are. So if you guys aren't familiar, James and Micah Stauffer, they were family vloggers who adopted a baby from China and then ended up rehoming, I guess is the right word, the child they adopted 3 years afterwards because he had developmental issues and they couldn't handle those.
But they did know he had those when he was adopted. They like specifically wanted that
in
a child.
The adoption agency they went with, like that's what they say. Like they said, when you adopt from here, like these children have different behavioral developmental needs. Yeah. So they did go to this agency knowing that.
Wow. There's like vlog footage too of them being like, we want this. Like we want to be able to take care of someone who has like special
They played
needs
clips because this is a whole era that I was so unfamiliar with. Like I remember hearing about like maybe the headline, but I didn't know them. I don't really watch like family vloggers at all either. So this whole genre is kind of like new to me. But yeah, they literally sit down in a vlog and they say, I think they went through like the checklist. They said there could be 100. There was 100 issues on the paperwork that they had to sign that they could say they could deal with these issues. And me and my husband could deal with 99 of them. So they were like very, very confident going into this adoption that they could
fully
handle. Yeah. Also, I didn't know this too, but they specifically went to China and the specific adoption agency because it was a faster turnaround because they wanted it quick. So Micah said in all this vlog on the vlog, she said the whole thing is documented, which is nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's like the documentation of all of it.
Yeah, she said in this vlog, she's sitting down and she says like, you know, we went to different social workers and adoption agencies in America and all of them had really long timelines and they all said if you want it done fast then you should look at adoption agencies in China. So she specifically went to this one for it to be like quicker.
Did they say why they wanted it quickly?
No, she had a miscarriage like prior and I think she was getting so much like they showed all these comments she was getting about like if you want more subscribers have more babies. So they kind of have the documentary obviously has some bias but that's kind of the angle of like the more children she has, the bigger her family gets, the more success she has in her channel. So they kind of equate that. Obviously, they're not involved in this documentary. They did reach out, but they never heard back.
Where are they? They just like left.
So that they kind of left the internet after this happened in, I believe 2020 is when they made the announcement that their son was with a new family. And after that, Micah disappeared off social media and internet altogether. But I believe her husband, James, has a car channel.
Oh, okay.
And that is still somewhat active. Like, he still
reviewing
does.
cars.
He like fixes them up or something.
I mean, like, what? All these family vloggers at that time, like, I was so unfamiliar too. Like, they all turned out to be like actual, like, evil, like devil, like the Ruby Frank and like these people, because it's one thing, you know, but like to adopt a child, saying like you're ready, you know, they have all these like, you know, special care and special needs and stuff like that, and then to like send that one back, like they're gonna have more issues because of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's double evil to send that back, because it's like they know you as their home, and now they're getting taken away from their home. Like, it's. And what was the child? Was he 4 or 5?
I think maybe he was 3 or 4. Yeah,
when he got rehomed.
Yeah. Because they were with him for 3 years. That's also a long time. But
that's such a long time, because I get like not bonding right away or not figuring it out, but like 3 years you figure it out. You have a system, you know what he needs, and then you're just like, okay, too much. We can't handle it.
Yeah.
Because are they religious?
Yeah, because they. Again, this is all like in the vlog, the sit down. She picked a name and everything for her son before she picked the baby. And she sits down, she's talking about how she goes through the profiles, and she saw this one photo of a little boy, and before even like looking for the details, like the references and all the information about him, just from like the profile photo, she said she'd asked God to give her a sign that this is her son. And then she clicked the profile, and then she said the sign was in the profile from God. So I think she is clearly like religious.
Which is like all the more, like, those are the people who like pray on it and pray for strength and like get him through and like help him raise this child. Like, that's the wildest thing when you're so religious, to be like, okay, let's hand this child back, this child of God that you like prayed for, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I can't. Because like people who are religious, and like I consider myself pretty religious, whatever, like, but like, you know, like God gets you through everything. Like, God can like provide. He doesn't put you in circumstances you can't handle. So it's just like, that's even more odd. It's like, you got this sign from God, you saw it in his profile, and you're religious, right? So you're like, wow, I saw it, God sent me a sign, and you're just gonna get that sign back. Like, that's the most wild thing. That's why I think some of these people are just crazy and you use religion as like their little like shield or whatever, but they're not actually. Because if you had a sign from God, you saw him appear, you wouldn't just like throw it away.
And it's odd too, because again, in the prior videos when she talks about like picking him out and stuff, she talked about how she knew about the issues that he had, and a doctor advised her and her husband that he had significant issues. And the direct quote was, "But if anything, my child is not returnable." And that was in 2017. She said that, like, before the adoption was like finalized and stuff. So that quote kind of obviously lived to haunt her. And I guess she did document like the struggles that she had like with Huxley. And so I guess maybe, I don't know, like her side of the situation. Like, there was blogs that she was writing about how, like, one was around Mother's Day. She said that, like, this is the hardest Mother's Day ever. She kind of blogged a little bit about her issues raising him. And she did talk about how she 100% or 500% feels like a failure of a mom.
After she returned.
Yes.
Rehomed.
Yeah.
She has other kids, right?
Yes. And that she also said too that it wasn't just like her struggling. Like, she didn't specify the incident, but she kind of insinuated that there were some incidents with like the other kids in Huxley. And she said, "We would never just give up a child with special needs. This is a personal matter to Hux. It had nothing to do with he just had autism. Multiple scary things happen inside the home towards our other children. And if these events happen with one of our biological kids, after all the help and after the behaviors we witnessed, sadly, we would have no other choice than to seek help and get their needs met."
But I feel like they could have done that for him, right? Like, getting him help somewhere, rather than just like rehome him completely.
I know. They made it seem like they did try.
Oh, okay.
Like, they did get, she said that she got medical training. But his new mom is like a medical professional. So she said that they're better equipped to handle it.
The
But
moral of all this is like, just, you don't have to put everything on the internet. Like when it comes to like adoption and these young kids, like this is why you don't put them out on the internet, because now everyone's judging you. Everyone's like feeling bad for this kid. This kid already has issues that he didn't ask for because you're airing them all out. You know what I mean? It's just like already like just such a bad, it's like they're children. And when the children have problems, like it's like, why are you airing that? Like I've seen so many people like talk about like, you know, their kids like, you know, not, what was the one? Someone's like their kid, they smelled poop and the kid had like poop all over his face. And I'm like, why are you putting that like out on the internet? Like that's so like, he's a child.
The kid fell asleep holding it. So the mom is like looking around the room. So basically she knows where it is. It's like, we smell it, but we don't know where it is. Da, da, da. And then she zooms in and shows the kid sleeping.
With poop on
she
his
shows
face.
it?
Yeah.
She shows the kid sleeping, holding poop. And I'm like,
so gross. Like,
why does the kid need to have that forever as his, online signature for forever?
No, I know. Like there has to be some sort of like laws. Like I mean, seems a little bit like child abuse a little bit to like show that, it's almost like humiliation or something. It's like they're a child. I don't know. It's very odd. People are one, and this kind of feels the same way. It's kind of like, okay, he has issues, and like maybe there was issues, but it's like, why are you airing that out for like everyone to know?
it was weird in general, like again, seeing this, and the documentary has like specific clips. Again, they're just clips, so it's kind of out of context. But like, it has the whole like screenshot of like what the page looked like at the time, and like, they have like little hashtags under the channel that you can put like under the video. Her like the hashtag for the series was like hashtag bring Hux home, and it was like a whole series. Like I think it was like Chinese adoption series or whatever. So like it was.
God. It's content.
It's weird that it's content like from the jump, like before you even pick out your kid, because they show a lot of clips and the family seems sweet. Like she seems like a sweet mom. At first, I kind of felt bad because I'm like, damn, she looks sweet, like well intentioned, But then all of a sudden, as her channel was growing, they talked about how she started making three more channels, and then it was like more and more and more.
Oh my God.
So it is very, very interesting, and it's kind of narrated by there's like a viewer who was watching at the time. And she's kind of like giving the context as like someone who was a fan of the channel, and she also was adopted. So she kind of liked that perspective when it was happening. Like, oh, it's kind of like if my mom adopted me, So
right, kind of showing, which is like great, but then when it goes wrong, don't throw the kid under the bus. That's like so narcissistic to be like, no one needs to know that. She's like just trying to save her reputation, being like, well, the reason we gave him away is because he was like, there was stuff with our other kids that he was doing. It's like, geez,
yeah.
Just
Because
like,
also she said that in a comment after like people were like leaving negative comments.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And too, like they posted that update about like rehoming Huxley because all her fans were like, why haven't you shown? Like where is Huxley? Like why haven't you shown him? So
like, oh, actually, he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, you don't have to answer every comment. You don't have to like fill everybody in on everything. It's like the Nikki Phillippi too, when she like found out she couldn't vlog her adoption or she couldn't vlog, what was it, like the kid for the first year that she adopted from somewhere.
Oh yes,
and she's like, so we decided not to. I was like, that's crazy. Like they should make it a rule like 10 years before you can show your adopted kid. You know what I mean? Like, and she was like mad after one. I'm like, you're wild. You wanted a kid literally for content. That's wild. That's crazy. Like if they passed a law tomorrow, I was like, you can never show your kid on social media until they're 18. It's like you would abide by that. You wouldn't just be like, actually, I don't want a kid. Like that's crazy. It's
that's
so
a good point.
These people were wild. And like you said, they're just like normal. They look kind of normal, even that Ruby Frankie. I mean, obviously I didn't watch her vlogs, but like seeing the vlogs, she was not normal. But you just kind of look like, they're just like normal people.
At least with like the Frankies, there was weird moments in the vlogs that people were like, this is weird. Why is your kid sleeping on a beanbag?
Right.
Like with the Stauffers, they just presented, as far as I know from like the clips that were in this docuseries, I guess, like they were just like so all American. Like they're both attractive, like cute kids, She was very open about her miscarriage too, so people could like relate to it. There was so much investment, and then obviously like an adoption journey too. I feel like it's something that's unique, and it's also like admirable. Oh, you're saving a kid, basically,
It's inspiring to adopt.
So I get why people would be invested. Like it does kind of feel good, I guess, but I think maybe it's hard because I have the context of what happens to Huxley. So watching these clips, I like feel ominous. Yeah. But maybe if it had a happy ending, I would, feel different watching it.
It's like in the moment and you're just like,
Because watching it now, I'm like, ugh, this is really creepy.
You see it after. Yeah, you always see after and you're just like, oh, that was like science. For sure. Well, even like the Ruby Frank, I mean, when people were watching those vlogs and did people say nothing at the time when she said like, oh, my daughter forgot her lunch. I hope no one gives her food because she needs to learn her lesson. I was just like, and there's like a 6-year-old daughter who forgot to pack her lunch. I'm like, was no one saying anything? Like, are these kids okay?
I think if I remember correctly, some people were like they did have like people who were watching that didn't, but there were some that like would even like call child services and stuff too. Because I remember like once the kids were able to like break free and get out, like there's some people like, yeah, I've been trying to get child services to look into this for years and stuff. So
big yikes. I think family vloggers just need to take a little break. I mean, I guess it's good, but I don't know. There's something kind of weird about it. Just like,
yeah, even like Ryan's World, because they showed clips from Ryan's World in this docuseries too. Again, I've never seen it, but they showed like the beginning of Ryan's World, you know, before it was a huge production.
Yeah.
And there was one clip where like Ryan is sleeping in like his race car bed, and then they like film him. They go wake him up and film him waking up, and I'm like, that seems kind of weird to like go wake up your kid and film it as a video.
a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
And obviously he's okay as far as we know, you know, and very successful, but like it is kind of odd.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Malibu loves to watch like kids play with toys. Like on YouTube, she'll like watch like little like kids just playing with Frozen toys, and they get like
my
that
nephew too.
50 million, 100 million views on these videos.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, that is pretty cool. And like, I guess it's like a cool job for those kids. They just get to play with toys and stuff, and the kids love it. But because it does look fun. I'm like, oh, she'd like love to make those videos, but there's kind of something weird about it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm so torn with it. Obviously, we wouldn't do like they have full production for these kids, but it's interesting. They just play with these toys.
Yeah, I know. Same. I kind of struggle with. Obviously, I'm not a parent yet, so I feel like once I have kids, I feel like I'll be able to have a more strong opinion about it. I think it was just weird. I think like a kid being vulnerable and then filming that like raw or whatever, that kind of makes me more uncomfortable versus like, you know, a kid's like presenting or like being silly and cute or whatever. Because I'm not like anti showing my kid, because it's like, it's your kid. Like it's just a happy moment, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like that's like more wholesome, but I think like disturbing a kid or like, I don't know, when the kid is not aware, that just felt weird to me. I think there's obviously Ryan's World now is like it's like more production.
Yeah.
But it was like an 8-year-old video where he just gets waken up and you're filming him right away.
That's kind of weird to like wake him up. It's like Malibu is very much like, if she wants to film, she will like have the camera and stuff like that. But like, even if I'm filming and I'm not even filming her, she'll a lot of times be like, no. And you know, like I just like, you know, so like she just like knows. But yeah, a lot of times she like sets it up. She just plays, even if we're not recording, she just like, her favorite thing is the Snapchat filters. Obviously we don't post her Snapchats, but like at the restaurant, she loves to go through the
like
filters.
to look at herself.
Oh my, and it's so funny to see her.
Funny faces.
Yeah, she
so
like
we just sit and do different filters, and she's
loves
like,
it.
and she's so interested in it because like, where is it? Like, is it on my head?
Oh,
is
that's
it actually
cute.
like, you know, there'll
so
be a cat on
funny.
her shoulder. So she's trying to figure it out, you know.
She laughs, and then she like will eat her French fries with her Snapchat filter on. And it's very cute. It's very funny how it is. It is such a different generation, because even Elvis, like they see these phones, right? And they think it's like that's the thing you need to get. Like Elvis like lunges for a phone, and Malibu really love phones too. It's just funny because we didn't grow up with like our parents on cell phones, so they probably think like, what is this device? Why is everybody like holding it?
If I was a kid, then his screen would be magical to me.
Yeah.
I remember like even in high school, a friend just had a small TV. It was like this portable TV. And I was just like, this is the most magical thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
this
like, what is
little.
that?
I remember like portable DVD players, like when those were new.
Oh,
Those were
yeah. That's
like an
great in the
iPad
car.
today.
Yeah.
But even like think about like FaceTime, like she's always like, now she gets it, but just like in shock to see like, you know, grandma and grandpa on like FaceTime. She's like, oh my gosh, you know, she gets like so excited. It is such a weird, it's such different with technology growing up with it. But because they sell like play toy phones for like literally like 6-month-old babies, you know, and they're just like these little iPhones that they play with. It's just so funny. I mean, they're not like screens, but they just look like an iPhone, and they love it. The iPhone world. What is it? Generation Alpha. I think it's over now. I think it's now Generation Beta for 2025. We're in a new generation.
That's crazy.
So we're the millennials. We're like the equivalent of the boomers.
I know everyone keeps making like, oh, millennial jokes or whatever. Oh, you're so millennial. I was like, oh my God.
We kind of are.
We are fully.
Gabbie was the ultimate millennial in that reaction video
Oh,
on Patreon.
yeah,
She was so
Patreon.
good. I loved it. Should we try these just to end
Oh,
this?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. It says, it's funny. It says no nasty artificial colors or flavors.
Oh,
All
they're
right.
calling us nasty here.
I don't know if you like these. You want to try one, babe? They're kind of yogurt.
I love gummies.
You
They
do?
smell good.
She said these are like the thing, the Prissy Pigs. Should it taste like yogurt or something?
No, I had it. I get it at the
You had it?
At the World Market.
Oh, wow.
They have
Oh.
Little pigs. Oh my God. Shane Dawson is quaking right now. He's like, that's my brand. That's my brand. Oh. Just like Laffy Taffy. I like it. What do you think? Oh my, I don't even know how to read this. What is this on the back?
There's one that looks like bunnies. I like it better.
That looks like bunny. What is it? I don't even know. Is this a foreign language or am I just like, what?
Where?
What is this? Like, surveys, values, moyennes, energy. The facts. It doesn't say like calories.
Maybe they have it in
Oh,
French,
you're
too.
right.
Right? But even the English stuff, it's like, what does that mean? Typical values. What is that?
It's pretty good though.
I like them.
I like it because I don't like super sweet things.
It's not super sweet. None of their candy is. Their Skittles were also like that. I guess they just are healthy over there. There wasn't a lot of fat British people. They told me
are people skinnier over there.
they're skinny, but they did tell me there were some fatties if you go to the country. Like,
oh my god!
Like go north. I was like, all right. They're like, yeah, we're not, but up north they're fat. I was like, all right.
They banish them to another.
Yeah, literally. I was like, all right, okay.
That's pretty good though. Yeah, thank you so much.
It was so good. I loved her. She made me feel secure. You guys, I love you. Guess what? There is a new year coming up. When does it start? Year of the Snake. Is it January?
Oh, yeah.
So don't worry. We get a reset. If 2025 hasn't been working for you, there's a Chinese New Year coming up.
The 29th.
29th. It's upon us, and we are going to have a better year. So just think of this as like a little trial run for the end of the year. Year of the Snake comes. I believe in the Chinese New Year the most. Good luck. Wear red. Find a snake. Actually, snakes were a big part of Blink Twice. Yeah, there was the snake venom is what makes them remember. So if they got bit by a snake, they remembered. Plot twist. Kyle MacLachlan is in that movie. He is in every movie. And it's a weird movie. And I'm like, what is he doing in here? And he has such a weird small part. I love him. I need him on the podcast. Anyways, all right. That's it. Love you guys.
Oh, okay.
Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown, is out now. That's all we talked about yesterday on Not Love Line was just him. Moses took his headphones off. He's like, I'm done. Okay. Bye.
I'm getting ready for the next one.
Name one Bob Dylan song and then we'll wrap it up.
Do what?
Name one Bob Dylan song. Sing one Bob Dylan song.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Is that Bob Dylan?
Yellow Submarine?
That's
No, Tambourine.
Oh, Tambourine.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine. Is that him? I thought it was like Tiny Tim. Play a song for me for the sinners and the sinners. Is that Bob Dylan? Really? Okay, that's the only one I know. I don't think I know any other one.
I don't know a single one.
I
You
don't know.
probably
this
do if
man.
you hear them. Like
Maybe.
Do you know another one? Or no, that's it. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, Blow It in the Wind. Did they cover that on Glee?
Definitely. Chris Christopherson, I thought, did that song. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Make You Feel My Love. Is that Bob Dylan?
How's that? Are you just looking up songs or is
I'm
it
looking
Bob
up
Dylan
Bob
songs?
Dylan Glee to see.
Bob
I
Dylan
would,
Glee.
I would,
Dead.
I will know about Dylan song if it was on Glee. They did cover Make You Feel My Love, so I do know that one. Oh, that was for Corey Monteith. I definitely know that.
Oh,
Forever Young?
that seems like not him. Forever young. I want it. That's like 80s, I feel. Do you really want to live forever? That's a good song. Who sings that? That's a great song.
No, it is Bob Dylan.
He sings Forever Young.
No, not that version. Definitely not that version.
Right, you know what I mean? It's like Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen, or not that, but it's like someone from the 80s with that voice. Forever young.
Yeah, I think it was like a one-hit wonder.
Okay. Wow, riveting. I woke up at literally 4 o'clock this morning, and I was just like answering emails on my phone. I am a little jet lag. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jet lag. I'm just like hungry at weird times. I was only there for like 3 days, and like my whole body got messed up. But anyways,
That's our outro, everybody.
that's our outro. Go to Patreon if you want to see more of this goodness. We didn't even get to all my hot topics. What did we miss? We missed Joe
TikTok
Jonas and
ban.
Drake, huh?
Joking.
Joe Jonas and Drake, Chapel Roan said she'd be more popular if she wore a muzzle and more. So go check that out. Patreon.com/JustTrish. We love you guys. And we'll see you in the new year. No, we'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you before the new year. Bye.